we're talking about, but I know we will do one thing. We will be talking about the most disappointing teams to start this NBA season. Mars, Damian, Swiper, Chill. We're about a month into the season so far. So we got a nice gauge on who's pretty good, who's mid, who's elite, and who just sucks. And those are the teams we're going to talk about. Which teams just flat out suck relative to their expectations that we had for them over the summer. Also, we got two teams that are both on winning streaks or losing streaks or both on long streaks. So we got the Pistons that are running it up right now. They're on a nice, good winning streak. And then we got the Wizards who are wizarding. We're going to talk about which team is going to break their streak first. Are the Wizards going to actually get a win? Or are the Pistons going to lose first? And then also, as if that's not enough, we got our NBA Power Rankings, our first edition of this season, our November edition. We'll be going over those today too. But Swiper, you wanted to start with something?
Yeah. Hey, chill. Speaking of long streaks and underwear,
yes, sir.
Talk about those Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, super whack.
Go ahead,
Ron. Quarterback is a turnover machine, like he's always been. What was going on in Minnesota last year is an anomaly.
When they went 14-3?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying when they went 14-3.
That wasn't your team. That's not your team. You don't get to claim that. You don't live through that. You get to claim Geno Smith last year.
Yes, you do.
If a team wins 65 games, Mars, is that
what? That has nothing, Mars. If a city with a different team than you live in and root for wins 14 games, what does that transitive property have to do with you?
We're about to win 14 games this season.
You are? All right.
Imagine me being in a relationship with a chick and bigging her up for the dude she was with before me. Can you imagine me doing that? That's what Ron is doing right now.
That's crazy.
And by the way,
if she treated him good, she treated him good. What can I say?
She ain't treating me good though. That's what's going on right now.
So why do we have a better record than y'all? So why do we have a better record than y'all?
Injuries.
Oh, now injuries. Shake on it that we win 14 games this year.
You know what else he left
$100 on it.
You know what else he left out, Swiper, which is
right. Hey, take them. Wait, no, chill. Take them. Take those crusty. Take those crusty, bent, burnt, doo-doo stained fingers out of my face. Okay, I don't shake hands with people with long streaks going on. I don't want to talk about that.
The reason why we did this initially, ladies and gentlemen, because this one over here in the corner, he came up here and he was popping all of that. You know what?
Popping
about the Seattle Seahawks.
Popping it.
Yes, Meanwhile, his crew came out and laid a giant size.
We didn't lay it. No, we didn't. Hey, Morris, we played the best team in the NFL. Morris, we played the best team in the NFL, and we lost to them by 2 points on a game-winning field goal. Our quarterback played the worst he could possibly play, and we lost to the best team. Mars, we lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder by 1 point.
What?
You know what?
OKC.
And you know what, Mars? We had an opportunity to make a game-winning bucket, and it went in and out.
No, it didn't. It didn't even get close. Actually, literally, why? Why didn't he go? Mars? It's like when you play rugby, you have to kick the ball between the item. You have to whatever that thing is called right there, the goal, whatever that is.
Hey,
it
Mars,
went way over here.
Too. The best team in the NFL.
It's not the best team
on the road.
He showed up onto the press box. He showed up onto the press box with a Seattle jersey on it. We don't know the name of it, by the way. He wouldn't turn around. He would turn around for the Seahawks whenever he wanted and do his little popping thing. We asked him to turn around and show the jersey on Sunday. He was afraid to do it. He came up here on the show for the first time all year, Mars, popping it for the Seattle Seahawks. And I asked Chill before the day started, Chill, has he addressed you? Has he said anything to you? Has he admitted anything to you? No. He literally, this is Ron. Because, he missed Monday. Look, this is Ron. Skating, trying to skate through.
And by the way,
is this a press box promo?
No, it is half.
This is the Ron man up.
Okay. But then, really quickly, Penn, just so you know.
It is a press box promo. You guys can catch the press box Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. or Sundays at 11 a.m. And
I know who big time division games are for, though, Chill. Denver. I know that much. It's not for Seattle. I know Denver can get it done in big time division games. I know that.
Yeah, we'll see.
They know we'll see nothing. They did it.
Y'all got some big ones coming up, and y'all gonna take
some big ones.
losses.
Yeah. Now, and guess what?
Y'all gonna lose to everybody in the division.
Guess what? We don't have
everybody.
Big long streaks in the draws.
All right.
And by the way,
so
Ron,
look,
just so you know, Ron, just so we clear,
up?
Ron. Not only did we beat the Rams, we beat y'all too. So stop.
Sure, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. We gonna catch up with y'all in a couple weeks, and we gonna beat y'all ass. And then we see y'all at the end of the season. Yeah. We gonna kick y'all ass at the end of the season. We gonna see the Rams again at the crib, and we gonna beat the shit out of them and solidify our spot at the tippy top of the NFC.
You know, I used to wonder, like, what will the panel do when the Raptors finally win 9 out of 10? And then I realized the panel will become a football show when the Raptors win 9 out of 10.
I'm
glad. I thought that might happen. I thought that might happen.
I'm really glad that you brought that up because I was watching.
Some of us were right about the Raptors, Finn.
I was watching a little bit, and I might be sleeping on Toronto. They might be better than what I think.
Stay on that side.
No, I don't stand aside. I picked them.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna let the host do the host job though.
Yeah. So we may get around to the Raptors today. Swiper, we may get around to the Nuggets today. Damien, we might even talk about the great country down below. Mars, we might talk about the UK. But I know one thing that we are certainly going to talk about, and that's the most disappointing teams in the league. Fellas, I got some teams I'm going to throw out there, but ultimately, I want you guys to settle on who are the 5 most disappointing teams in the NBA. Now, just to throw some teams out there, I would definitely say the Los Angeles Clippers have been a hell of a disappointment. I would say the Orlando Magic have been a bit of a disappointment. Relative to what they did last year, the Indiana Pacers could be a disappointment, depending on how you look at it. Also, need I say the Grizzlies, the Mavericks? But let's go around the room. You guys tell me who is your biggest disappointment up to this moment. Mars, I would like to hear from you first. Which team is just glaringly disappointing?
The Clippers. I thought they'd be good. They're not good. Disappointing.
Yeah.
Now, are they just not good, Mars, or is there a reason why they aren't good? Because you can't just suck. Well, you can't just be awesome. Why aren't they good?
They can't guard anyone, and they can't generate offense outside of one human. That tends to lend to being a bad team. Definitely wasn't something I didn't expect their defense to be as bad as it is. I knew the age stuff was real, so I'm not surprised they're like bottom of the league in pace.
Yep.
Their transition defense being the worst in the league by a significant margin, that does make sense when you factor in the age stuff. But even their half-court defense, it's really like outside of like the lineup with like Chris Dunn, Derek Jones, who's now hurt, Kawhi, Zoo, and James, that lineup's been fine. And now obviously any assortment of like 4 of them, because 5-man lineup day, you're not going to have much. But that's been fine. But it's once they start going to any other assortment of players, their defense just falls off a cliff. Whether that's Bogey, John Collins, obviously James Harden out there with lesser defenders because he's not a good defender. Zoo hasn't been the same rim presence as he was last year. So that's been the most. And then obviously Kawhi's hurt again. So that's also disappointing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Clippers are my most disappointing team. They're like the 12th seed or something.
I think 11 right now.
11, yeah. Shout out to Memphis, but 11, yeah.
11 right now. Yeah. I think because they're old, I think they had a lot to do with it. In terms of their defense, I mean, Zubac is the anchor. We talked a lot about Zubac last season, being an all-league defender and what he was going to do to anchor that defense. Chris Dunn, I mean, I don't think he's been a shell of himself, but I mean, he hasn't been a perimeter defender. They just don't look as connected this season as they do last year, and maybe that has to do with some personnel issues. Yeah, maybe that does have something to do with personnel issues. But I mean, offensively, I didn't expect that much from them, to be honest with you, because again, they were old. Bradley Beal. Not only Bradley Beal, but James Harden is the engine that makes them go. But Kawhi Leonard was going to be in and out of the lineup, which means there was going to be some inconsistencies. And a lot of those guys outside of Kawhi Leonard, they need James Harden to get them going. They absolutely need that. So I'm not really surprised about their offense.
Well, they only, Mars, by the way, to your point about the lineup stuff, they really only work when James Harden is paired with Chris Dunn this year. If you look at the Chris Dunn, James Harden lineups, they're doing well. But when they don't have one or the other, they either can't score or they can't get stops. And that's really the problem. I think Dunn has actually been good, but the problem is he's not. The offense around him is so discombobulated that they can't score around Dunn like they did last year. Last year they can get away with Dunn being on the floor because he shot about 39-40% from three, and the offense was really good. So it was like, well, we can play 4-on-5 because, James is and Zubac and, DJJ and Bogey and whoever else were playing so well, including Kawhi later on in the year. But right now they just can't, they just cannot seem to make it work. They're either good defense or good offense, and they don't do both of them well at the same time, except very limited minutes with their starters right now. And starters as in the non-Kawhi starters, which right now would be like Chris Dunn, Zubac, DJJ. And then they put John Collins in the game and Harden. They have plus lineup. They put Batum in the game for John Collins and Lopez in the game for Zubac. They make those lineups work. But again, they just can't find any synchronicity. I don't think Dunn's gotten worse defensively. I don't think Zubac has gotten worse defensively. But really the biggest issue with their offense. Outside of James, they have nothing going for them whatsoever.
But I think if James Harden is your best player and your primary ball handler in 2025 and you have championship aspirations, I think you're in trouble. I think he's been excellent, and I'm a fan of his longevity, and it's not talked about enough. But if James Harden's your best player in the Western Conference, that's so brutal, and you have aspirations, I think you're in trouble. And the Kawhi Leonard situation is now, for me,
Thanks.
I feel like we use the word aspiration only when we're talking about the Clippers, and it seems to be accidental every time. But I only ever hear it brought up when we're talking about the Clippers.
That was not intentional. Sorry. The Kawhi situation, I think, has reached the boiling point. I think if this continues, they're going to have to make a call on his situation. Like before the season, they had the 4th best odds in the West. Like they had the 6th best odds in the league to make the NBA Finals, and currently they're on sort of like a 23 to 25 win pace.
Ancient. Damien,
it's crazy.
Ancient. Like
it's
Chris
crazy
Paul. Why is Chris Paul still in the NBA? Can somebody tell me that?
He was good last year.
Tyus Jones is still in the league.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he was good last year, Chill.
For 10 minutes?
No, I don't think he's gotten that much worse over the summer. I just think that everyone's gotten worse this year. I don't know if you know this, Swiper, but of the 5 of the last 6 games, he's got DNPs. No, I hear you, but Ty Lue's also not been. Can we objectively say this is one of Ty Lue's worst seasons to start?
Yeah, easily.
He's dealing with a lot.
Easily.
So.
No, Chris Paul is just bad now.
Can we admit that, Mars?
Overnight?
Can we do that?
Do you forget when he went from an all-NBA caliber player to a role player overnight?
Wait, what year? Are you talking about 2014 and then became an all-NBA player again?
23. He went from this to this.
No, but then he went 23, popped back up through November, like I told you would, better than Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, he looked fine, but he didn't look like an all-NBA player anymore.
But then he played well last year with Wemby, though.
Fiasco. Chris Paul, he had the game against the Pelicans. He shot.
Are you talking about the 37-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
shot 100% from the field. Yeah. He was hooping. His birthday hit, and he couldn't score double digits. We remember he fell off overnight. Like now, he went from last year. He was a good role player. He was good. Played all 82. Chris Paul was actually providing good value.
I feel like he can still be a rotational point guard though.
On the court. Now he can't do it. I don't know if I've seen Chris Paul inside the 3-point line this season. I don't know if I've seen it. I think he just hovers around between 3-point line to 3-point line. I don't know if I've seen him inside the arc.
He reminds me of Dirk when, like, I want to say Dirk's last season when all Dirk was doing was shooting middies. Like, that's all he could do. He couldn't do anything else. That's what's going on with Chris Paul. He can't get by anybody. He can't defend. He can't get around screens on a consistent basis. He can't knock down a consistent open jump shot. And again, there's a reason why he's played. There's a reason why he has been out of the lineup 5 of the last 6 times. Because he can't be viable.
We can say that Chris Paul.
And by the way, Mars, he actually took a layup this year.
So Chris Paul hasn't really hurt the team then, right? If Chris Paul's not playing, he hasn't really hurt the team, right?
Maybe that's why they're losing.
The fact that you don't have a backup point guard is hurting.
That's kind of a big deal.
Right. Yeah, no, okay, but I'm saying that's not Chris Paul actively hurting the team if he's not really playing. Like not having a backup point guard is one thing.
I think it was more he was supposed to come in and be steadier.
Yeah, the biggest problem with this Clippers team obviously is losing Norman Powell.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You lose. Like that changes everything from how impactful he was last season to just losing Norman Powell. And I, for one, thought the Bradley Beal pickup was gonna eventually work out. I thought maybe he would just have to kind of do like I said, like how Jewel Lloyd had to go to the bench for the Aces and that helped out everything. I thought that was what was gonna happen for Bradley Beal, but then he breaks his hip. And so now it's just like you lose Norman Powell for nothing. That's bad. That's bad.
John Collins.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you add John Collins, you add Brook Lopez, but still, for me the trade off was Norman for Bradley Beal, and so that's a big situation.
And Bradley Beal have been terrible. Like, can we be objectively clear about that? Like, they've been bad. I don't think that Ivica Zubac is doing what he was doing last year at all. Kawhi not being in the lineup totally, creates a cascading effect where everyone has to step into a role that's a little bit too big for them. I really don't think Chris Paul.
But Penn, that's been going on for years. So didn't we expect that? Like the Kawhi situation, we kind of expected.
Yeah, but when you get that type of top heavy, I don't want to say top heavy roster. There's a lot of depth on this roster, but you expect John Collins and Bradley Beal to be able to come in and fill some of those points, right? You don't expect them to be as bad as they are this year. So I think that's a miscalculation.
That's fair.
And honestly, like
I think you've been a little hard on John though.
Yeah, Bradley Beal. I agree. John Collins, I wouldn't say he's been terrible, but
well, here's the thing,
what's he doing,
fellas? So we got the Clippers.
Offensively, I think he's been nice. So
we got the Clippers. I think we could all agree that the Clippers are one of the most disappointing teams in the league. Yep. Damian, I'm gonna pass the rock to you. Who's your most disappointing team outside of the Clippers, or even along with the Clippers?
It has to be the Magic. I think for me, I think I had high hopes for the Magic. I think we all did. I had them projected top 4 in the West. The offense has looked bad again. They've played better with Paolo in large spurts as well, which is a bit worrying. I know we touched on that yesterday. They're basically 15th in offensive and defensive rating, I believe. So they're basically bang average.
Did we lose him?
Is that me or him?
Yeah.
And Bane has looked.
We'll see if we can get.
Damn, you got to reboot your internet, brother.
The Magic.
You're muted. Let me drop her on now because since you muted yourself.
Your connection's going in and out, Damian. So we'll get you back up here in a second. But would you guys like to speak into the Magic?
Well, I feel like
I'm not disappointed in them. So this is also for like.
I'm the most disappointed. I would say to be the most wrong on anybody. Like, I thought this team was going to be so good. I truly thought they were going to whoop I thought they were going to whoop the East. I thought they were going to do what the Pistons are doing right now. They're going to be.
Ron, it's a little early for this episode, Ron.
No, it's 15 games.
It does say
because we're talking
season. To be fair,
I understand. We're a month into the season.
How many games are in the season, Chill?
82.
83.
How many games have we played?
About
15.
15-ish.
So there are
13.
some teams. Okay, so there are some teams.
14.
My Kings, we're terrible. Orlando, not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they started pretty slow, but they're plus 500 right now. We are being this is a now, mind you, I want to talk about basketball.
Where did you have the Magic?
Where they're going to be at the end of the season, which
you
is
got
what's
no.
See, come on.
Right.
I have them exactly where they're headed. I had them finishing top 3, and I had them.
They're in 9th place right now. 9th.
In 15 games, they're plus 500. They're clearly playing much better.
Game over 500.
Just hold on, right? I can't answer 3 questions at once. So what I'm saying is, yes, they started off looking pretty bad. But they have definitely turned it around this past week. This past 6-7 games, they've turned it around. My bad. I think that it's clear that this Magic team is headed in the right direction. And if you don't think so, you should, keep watching. I guarantee the Magic will finish top 4 in the East.
Okay.
Well, Ron, to keep that logic, we need to no longer talk about this topic because we cannot say so far for any team.
I'm not
because
I don't dictate what we do and do not talk about.
Because if we don't acknowledge the Magic have had a disappointing start, because based on where they're going to end predictably, maybe this is Minority Report. Chill, you remember that machine in Minority Report that you could tell the future what was going to happen? That's Ox. He's Tom Cruise. So he knows that no matter what happened, no matter the start, this is where we're going to end up for the Orlando Magic. So I'm with you, Ox.
Well,
not a disappointing start.
Swiper, please. Ron, I wouldn't disrespect your job. You're doing a great job. I like this title. I'm just saying, a team like the Magic, I don't think belong in as far as in Damian. Now, I respect your pick. But I do feel like the Magic are looking up right now. I was disappointed.
Yeah,
in the Magic.
they're looking up at nine other teams in the conference. Yes.
Pin, I just want to say this. Can I get a raise of hands for everybody who believes that the Magic have been disappointing?
I actually want to hear what Damian had to say about the Magic before he got cut off. I'd actually like to hear what Damian has to say.
And don't forget,
Pin, hold that thought too. Right after Damian,
don't forget things have changed too, Damian. Don't forget that they had to adjust. It's an adjustment period when you bring Desmond Bane in.
Yeah, and I think Desmond Bane, to be honest with you, has been a part that they've struggled to integrate, and I think that he's one of the reasons why I think they've been really disappointing. It's his lowest output since his sophomore season. It's the lowest 3-point percentage of his career so far, and I think it hasn't helped. And when you bring in someone like that to be one of your initiators, the best 3-point shooter on your team, and upgrade over KCP, I think that all that hasn't really panned out yet. And when you're playing heavy minutes without Paolo and actually looking good, all of a sudden there's a bit of an elephant in the room, and you start to wonder about what this team looks like, not without him, but how can we maximize a guy when the offense is flowing better when he's not on the floor? So I haven't looked up the numbers with and without Paolo on the floor. Maybe Penn, you have, but I'd be interested to see what the pace is like, what the touches per possession, passes per possession would be, because it looks far better. But I did want to shout out, and Swiper's on the show, and I mentioned it yesterday, the leap for Anthony Black. I think Swiper, you were the one that predicted that. So hats off to you, man. He's been a good news story.
Stop with that. And the reason why you got to stop with that, Ron, because Mars has said numerous times.
That was me. I did that. I did that.
What I'm saying is Mars has said numerous times, if he's wrong about somebody or the way somebody's playing right now, that's what he's critiquing. If they get better, he will big them up. Let's stop acting like Mars.
I haven't heard praise about Anthony Black from Mars's lips. Have I heard it?
You told me about Anthony Black pull-up shooting, and that's not why he.
No. I said that that was the last thing I mentioned. That was the last thing I mentioned when I went on that soliloquy about Anthony Black. The last thing I mentioned.
He been knocking out.
Well, to be fair, we both agree he might be playing over his skis a little bit right now, but he's playing very well.
Yeah, I agree. I gave him credit for what was it? I told y'all
dudes last year I wanted to give Anthony Black the ball. Y'all told me that I was nuts, and that's fine.
Yeah, because they employ Collins, Paolo, and James.
So I don't think,
and maybe that's the problem, Mars.
Jalen Suggs makes them a lot better.
Well, he makes them better on defense. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think he helps on both sides.
I don't think the record is the point. I don't think that's the problem here at all. They've beat a lot of bad teams. I mean, if I'm looking at their schedule, they beat the New York Knicks. That's the one win we can really respect. But
Trailblazers are not a bad team, Penn. No, they're not. The Blazers are not a bad team.
They're not a good team either, Cho. And I mean, like beating the Warriors last night without Curry, without Draymond, without Jimmy. I mean, that's not like.
No, they beat the Magic.
They had all of
the Magic beat the Warriors with Steph and Jimmy. Steph and Jimmy had like 60 combined.
Yes, they beat them.
I don't understand what you mean by that's the only win we can respect. Like we were up here praising the Spurs at the beginning of the season, and they were beating the Jazz and all a bunch of weak ass teams. I don't understand that statement.
No, the point, you can only play like who you play, right? So and I apologize. Yes, they did beat the Warriors with those guys. Mm-hmm. I think the problem here is when you make this kind of win now move for Desmond Bane to improve your offense, like overall lift your offense, and you still end up as a bottom 10 offense. And you also lose the great thing that you were doing last year, which you're supposed to be building on, which is a great defense, and it's not a great defense anymore. Like, you're compromised everywhere now. So the thing that you were hanging your hat on last year was your defense. Desmond Bane's not a bad defender, so why are you not a better?
Maybe it's the scheme thing. It has to be a scheme thing because Penn, I've consistently heard you tell me how much better of a defender Desmond Bane is than said player. How much better of a shooter Desmond Bane is than said player.
He's a good player,
right?
He's been a good player for a long time. I don't understand why things are going bad for him. But I will agree with Damian that their offense has looked better without Paolo, and I think that is something we need to reconcile with. That has held true for years. Years. This is not a blip.
Well, they're not better without Paulo this year, by the way, anymore. They're actually better without Franz on the court than Paolo.
I'm not about to blame Tyus Jones, but I'm absolutely.
Yeah, I think if you look, the numbers have flipped. I just want to correct that narrative a little bit.
The numbers have flipped.
Well, it's not crazy, but the Magic are 6 possession better with Franz are without Paolo on Data Baller. So this is all filtered. They're 6 points. They're 6 points better without Paolo when Franz on. They're 7.5 points better with Paolo on without Franz.
Man, I mean, that's
so it's flipped.
Are they winning? Are they winning or losing? I don't care how many points.
What's
the on-off numbers?
I'm just responding to Penn. I think that is a narrative that was true last year, Penn. It is no longer true this year. The issue is when they're on the floor together, the offense is mid and the defense is bad. Leaning toward bad. 113 is not like horrible.
But do they win or lose?
Well, I haven't. Well, I mean, they're not winning like we thought they would right now. So I mean, that's why they're on a disappointing list.
They're plus 500, right?
If you walked into this season,
they're 8 and 7. They're currently in the 10th seed in the NBA right now in the Eastern Conference. So
Swiper, I walked into the season thinking they were at lock a top 4 defense in the NBA.
Me too.
And probably a top 12 offense.
No.
Top 15
that offense should have been better.
I walked in with an expectation that Desmond Bane lifts you into top half, and also I was expecting a jump from Franz, Paolo, and health. Okay, Jalen.
Can it just be that their play styles don't lend itself to like high level offense though? All three of them. Could Bane their end of game strategy also is
defense creates better.
They've won 7 of their last 10 games.
No. I think we're not arguing the same thing. I'm talking about their offense, and I didn't think they were going to be a top half offense because of the.
So that just doesn't matter that they've won 7 of their last 10 games.
A lot of that's been on.
What does that got to do with the?
This team was dominant. Look,
what does that got to do? So
with their offense.
So these on-off numbers matter, but winning the game doesn't matter.
No, I'm responding to Penn talking about being top 12 in offense. Why I disagree.
This
is
what I'll be talking about.
There's nothing to talk about.
In their last 10 games, they're 12th in offense and 8th in defense.
So it's getting better, but it started so horribly, right?
Yeah, they started bad.
Well, who are the top 2 now? Well, now tell me the offenses that are behind them.
Take a deep breath, big fella. It's gonna be
the offenses that are behind them
follow me.
In their 7-3 stretch, their offense has been slightly better than Cleveland, Chicago, San Antonio, Portland, the Clippers, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Heat.
No, good brother. No, thank you, good brother. That's what I'm saying. No, thank you, good brother. Cleveland,
so
Chicago.
The first 5 games indicate more than the last 10.
Well, no, I think that that speaks more about where the NBA is right now.
And Desmond Bane is getting more involved in the offense over the last 3 games without Paolo. So that is a positive. He's not shooting well. That's the negative. I mean, but you trust that Desmond Bane, a good shooter like that, is eventually going to start knocking down his shots. And at that point, I'm kind of questioning right now what's the ceiling when Paolo comes back, because right now, to me, the guy who's driving the winning, and this might be controversial, is Jalen Suggs. I always think Jalen Suggs drives winning for the Orlando Magic. Like, I have a bit of a bias with him because I just think he makes them tougher. I think he gets them out in transition a little bit better. The pitch aheads. He's just a really good decision maker overall. So my thought was last year, if you were without him for as much of the season as you were, him coming in plus Desmond Bane coming in, being healthy, this should move you into top 3, top 4 defense and top half offense. It hasn't happened so far, but hopefully it trends in the right direction. And I kind of tend to agree with Ox. I still haven't lost hope that this team is going to be a 50-win team, but It hasn't looked good. So they've been disappointing.
Right. I see, that's my real quick, because I just have one quick question, Ron. Just one quick question. So me and Ping, I think we're on the same page as far as we think they're gonna finish pretty high, right? But I just want to know what holds more weight on this panel: on-off numbers.
You can stop
efficiency, efficiency numbers, box plus minus.
Oh my God!
Or wins.
Why is this?
What's most important?
Ox, why are you?
In relation to what? Are we judging teams or players?
The team.
Can we just answer the question without going too much?
There's no Ox. There's no this question. This is a rancid. This is a you know what?
Why won't you just answer the question, Swiper? Stop being a politician and answer the question.
No.
Stop being a politician and answer the question, Swiper.
I understand this. This is your lifelong. I understand this is your lifelong friend.
And on-off numbers take the cake.
I understand that this is your lifelong friend. This is a disgusting question because they're all connected. By the way. All of them are connected. You can't. They're not spread out individually. You don't get to pick one. They're all a part of the story.
First of all, you better stop yelling at me.
Who are you? I'm not scared of you. Hey, what did J-Rob? What did J-Rob do to you? He looked like Ron when
you not J-Rob. You not J-Rob, bro. You not rough and rugged. You're soft and pudgy. What is more important?
To answer your question,
pudgy. Hey, have you looked in the mirror lately? Huh?
Answer the question.
You built like a wildebeest. Yes. You built like a wildebeest. Talking about me.
Ox, to answer the question, the simple answer is the most important thing is to win games.
Okay, that's all I want. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know.
My answer is net rating. If I'm judging teams, net rating is the first thing.
I agree.
I need larger samples than 12 games to fully scope it out.
I think the on-off data is very true and very important. Like I need to understand where wins are coming from. I personally need to know that. Are the wins coming because you face Charlotte, Washington? Do you know what I mean, Ox? Like if
I can dig that.
Like if
the Sacramento Kings who have had the hardest schedule of all 30 teams, by the way.
Exactly. And that's the point, right? So if y'all have faced Washington, Charlotte, New York resting all their starters, then Washington, Charlotte again, and you started the season out 5-0, would you be planning a championship parade, or would you be like, let's wait till we face some real competition? I think that would matter. It would also matter a lot if all of your lineups with Zach LaVine were winning their minutes by like 10, and all of your lineups with him off the court. Like if there was a net differential of 20 points with him on and off the court, I think we might start talking about, we got to play Zach LaVine more. We got to get some more lineups with that guy. So it all matters. Yep. The efficiency numbers also matter. Yep. You know what I mean?
I think they do all matter as well, Pina. I just want to point that out there. I think all of it is connected, like Swiper said. I think it all matters.
You don't get to support me now.
I just want.
Yo, big guys.
That's matter.
Big guys. Can I get the 4 right quick? So it was net rating.
I don't know. I just said some shit. I don't know.
He said on off
wins, box
on
plus minus, on off, and efficiency.
Yeah,
efficiency.
I just
Damien, you were
interpret
going to say something, Damien. Before you go,
right quick, Jamie. Well, I'll get right back to you, Damien, because I do want you to speak into this conversation. But the reason why I asked Big Ox this is because I'm actually running a poll right now. So you guys talk to us. Is it net rating? Is it BPN? Is it efficiency? Or is it ultimately wins? Chat, talk to me. Let me know what's the most important thing when you're judging a team or when you're looking at a team. And while you're occupying that poll, the same way Swiper occupies his polls, after you get done with that, make sure to wipe the poll first. Second off, make sure to click the link in the description so you can download Splash Sports, or you can simply just scan this QR code right here, and it will take you to Splash Sports. And the reason why you need to get to Splash Sports like yesterday is because like tomorrow, we will be starting an NBA Player Survivor, and this is your opportunity to win $2,500 big dollars. Yes, you will get a nice little check written directly to you that will get dropped directly in your bank account. That's what I really call a big splash. And once again, y'all, we've done this before, but in case you weren't here or in case you weren't listening, I'll explain it one more time. You pick a player, and you're picking this player based on whether they can score 20 or more points that night. So the contest starts tomorrow. You will pick a player that you believe tomorrow night, which happens to fall on a Friday, which happens to be the NBA in-season tournament, and you will pick a player from that slate of games that you think will score 20 or more. Let's say you choose Jokic. Perfect. Jokic scores 20. Money. The next day, let's say you choose Kevin Durant. That following Saturday, Kevin Durant scores 20, you're still in. Next day, you choose Giannis. The next day, you choose Sabonis. The next day, you choose Brandon Ingram. You choose Brandon Ingram because that's a better pick. He will go over 20. Perfect. And last but not least, you get to Jamal Murray. And unfortunately, he just doesn't quite get it done. He goes less than 20. You're out of the contest, but everybody else that's still in the contest will live to fight another day. And that is how you win the $2,500, by simply surviving longer than everyone else. My man Bird North won the last competition. I believe you can win this next competition. But here's the thing, you guys. Like I said, you have until tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time to get in the contest. It is $15, only $15, but you can win $2,500. So once again, scan his QR code, download the app, links in the bio, go do what you do best. And Big Ox, you got that queued up?
Yes, you ready for the quick picks, sir?
We'll get to the picks later. These guys, they don't need to be concerned about the picks. They need to go download the app and get into this NBA Survivor contest. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle.
Ron, I don't think Jamal's a Lester anymore.
We'll be on playback tomorrow too. Oh, he's not? Well, how ironic. Guess who we gonna be on playback watching tomorrow? I'm telling y'all, old habits die hard. I'm telling y'all.
So
all right.
He's still Lester right now. Okay.
Hey, we'll see what Amin Thompson has to say about that.
Well, if he's Lester, what is Amin Thompson? Because he's an even worse scorer. So,
Ron, it looks like you've been taking.
It
looks like you've been taking some notes from hosting. You kind of stepped up your host game a little.
He did.
Ron. Yeah, a little bit, Ron.
That's how it feels to you.
I'm noticing that.
Feels like a rough ride today.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's a little bit of turbulence.
But Damien, I'm sorry, Damien. You had a point that you were going to make
because I want to find assessment.
I was going to say that obviously the wins matter when we look at the standings and things, but the other numbers help contextualize what's happening with the team, and I think we all value that because we want to know what the story is behind why teams are performing the way they're performing. But Ox, to your point, I think it is still early. Like we're not jumping off the Magic train yet. To do one of Chill's things, maybe we've taken off our jumpers and stuff, but we haven't jumped in the pool yet. Like we're still there. We're still waiting.
To the point of net rating versus wins and losses, I will remind you that the Boston Celtics, who are barely above 500, have a considerably higher net rating than the 11-4 Los Angeles Lakers. Why, you might ask? Because they win their games that they win in blowouts. They blow the shit out of really bad teams because they take a ton of threes. And when their threes go in, they win basketball games by 30, and when their threes don't go in, they lose basketball games by 5.
Pin, what is net rating?
Cool,
what is net rating?
The net rating is your offensive rating minus your defensive rating. So it's just and your offensive rating is how many points you score per
100 possessions, by the way, Ox.
And your defensive rating is how many points you allow per 100 possessions. So your net rating is your offensive rating minus your net defensive rating, which is what you're left with at the end, which is how much you outscore teams by. But
so how much you beating teams by is your net rating?
100%.
Pretty much.
100%.
Okay. So the point here is to normalize the possessions because some teams, like if we just use how many points you score per game, well then the teams like Miami that play a much higher pace than slower teams, they would be greatly they would have a great advantage. But it doesn't matter how many possessions you play in a game; it matters how many possessions your opponent plays as well. So the whole thing has to be normalized, and that's why we use net rating or offensive rating or defensive rating. My point here is, if I beat a team by 50 and then I lose by 2, I could be 1-4 and have a positive net rating.
Right.
See what I mean?
You could lose a series with a positive net rating.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We'll circle back around to the net ratings, but chill.
Yes, sir.
We got the Magic, we got the Clippers. I know you have somebody for us, and I know you have somebody good for us. Mm-hmm. Talk to us. Who's the most disappointing team other than those two teams so far?
The Dallas Mavericks for me. I actually had the Dallas Mavericks looking really good this season. Yeah,
going to the finals.
I had them in the West Finals against Denver. Yeah, I had them in the West Finals against Denver. I had Denver dropping Oklahoma City, and I had Denver dropping Oklahoma City, and then I had them dropping Dallas in the West Finals. The thing that I notice about Dallas, which is the reason why I picked them where I picked them, they have a fantastic defense. They are connected defensively. They just can't score. That's the biggest problem that they have. Their offense is just off the rails. They can't get anybody in terms of a ball handler to consistently get downhill. I was hoping that Cooper Flagg would be not only a bucket getter, but also a shot creator for other people. That simply isn't working. D'Angelo Russell, I think he's better off the basketball than he is on the ball. When he played with the Lakers, he was actually a really good catch and shoot guy, but they don't really have anybody that can consistently create shots for him. And when he gets the ball, he still is one of those players that has to go one-on-one, when in reality, I don't think that that's his game as much as it used to be. They don't have any box work because Anthony Davis isn't there. I think that Derek Lively is more of a pick and dive short role player in a lob threat than he is in a guy that I could go to in a box for a quick hit and a quick bucket. But defensively, this team is great. I think that they're really connected. I think that they get on the glass and they hold teams to one shot. I think the problem is it's their offense. They can't get anything going. And that's the team that I've been disappointed in the most.
It's kind of weird that, like, I think this team is a Kyrie Irving coming back away from kind of launching off. And
they're talking about shelving him, by the way, Penn. They're talking about shelving him for the season.
That's too bad, actually, because
they're talking about moving Anthony Davis now. So, I mean, it might be over.
But go ahead, Penn. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. As you were saying,
they are actually a top 5 defense.
4th, actually.
Yes, so top 5. And they are the worst offense in the NBA.
Awful.
30th. Out of 30 teams, they are 30th. Their fourth quarter offense is terrible. Their clutch offense is terrible. They cannot get consistent shots. You know why? Because almost every single player in their lineup is either washed, Klay Thompson, or defensively leaning. They have a lot of defense. They don't have enough offense. I believe Kyrie Irving would solve all of it as one player. I think one player can make that kind of difference because he would settle everybody into a role that they're more comfortable with. And I understand the season is off to a horrible start for them. I get that. I really do. But you still have 2 All-Stars when healthy. You already have your Rookie of the Year. We don't know what happens with the draft. And the bottom of the Western Conference is god-awful. Really bad. If I was the Dallas Mavericks right now, with all the youth that I have, with how much I believe in Derek Lively, with how much I believe in Najee Marshall, Cooper Flagg, some of their young players, even Max Christie, I would look at this team and say, let's get Kyrie back in the lineup and let's see if we can't pull off 4 out of 5 wins and see if we can get into the play-in picture. It is a long season. Try to win, yo. You already have your 2 foundational pieces going forward in Cooper Flagg and Derek Lively. Every team dreams to have 2 players that good, that young, and also have 2 all-star, all-NBA caliber players in Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Now, if Anthony Davis were to come back and the Achilles thing blows up into an actual Achilles tear, okay, now we are completely screwed. So, I just feel like they're kind of treading a line right now between development and whatever they're doing. I think they need to go. I think they need to try and see this thing out with Kyrie.
I agree.
The reason why I'm saying they're trending below the disappointing category is they're now trending towards catastrophic. And the reason being is because the Kyrie Irving, if depending on what happens for the rest of this year, there's no point in bringing him back. Kyrie Irving will be a trade candidate this year, meaning by the end of the summer, by the time we get to the summer.
So we blowing this thing up. So we moving off of Irv. We moving off
the current status is, and there's an article that just came out from Tim Bontemps, by the way, who's been covering the Mavericks for years. They are extremely close to dealing Anthony Davis to try to get as much value for Anthony Davis as possible. Because Anthony Davis not only has injury issues, I think Ox has talked about this a little bit. He also has issues when it comes to his conditioning that have been long documented at this point, apparently. And this is also a part of coming into the season. So they're in a place now, and again, everybody can read the article. The article is available to read. It's talking about the relationship between Dumont and Nico Harrison. It's also talking about their previous owner, Mark Cuban, and his involvement and everything. The situation is very, very, very tenuous. And this article dropped right after Cuban's quote dropped of saying, no, they're not moving AD. There seems to be a much different feeling inside from the majority owner and from the current front office than what Cuban is expressing. So this is below below disappointing. This is trending towards the end of the Luka trade is blowing up the team with Anthony Davis and Kyrie on it.
Damn.
So what is the benefit from the Dallas Mavericks perspective of one of their still, I don't want to say majority owners, but one of their minority owners and one of their most fan associated owners coming out and saying, we're not doing this. And then they're just going to do it anyway. That makes him look like a liar. Why would he,
by the way, he's a minority owner and
lied.
27%.
And reportedly in this same article that was mentioned, don't know if you had a chance to read it. A part of the criticism for him, meaning for Mark Cuban, is that he was meddling in team affairs a bit too much. And so that quote would be seen to be an extension of that because he was left completely out of the Luka Doncic trade. It was between Dumont and Harrison. And so Harrison said to Dumont that I don't want him involved because it's probably going to get leaked and he'll push back against it. And so at this point, it looks like they're trying to make, at least Penn, personnel decisions without his involvement. One, because they don't have to involve him. But two, this is also not your team anymore. So he doesn't really have a say in what happens.
I understand.
Sometimes when you're in that situation, it's hard to let go. So Mark Cuban might still just be trying to just be involved in stuff that he has no involvement in. But I will say this because I agree with Penn that Kyrie Irving changes everything with this basketball team. I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like with Kyrie. Even without Anthony Davis, I think Kyrie Irving still changes this team around. I think with a healthy Kyrie and a healthy Anthony Davis, I think this team is just as good as you thought they would be, Chill. So, yes, I can see disappointment. I also was saying before this, like, they still got to win some games. They still need to be as close to 500 as possible. But when AD and Kyrie come back and they're healthy together, I think this team is going to be really good. So I hope they're not too. I mean, you've already done the damage in the trade. The trade already happened. Luke already happened. You can't go back on that now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like now, let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do and just work with it. Now, if in the summertime they decide to come off of those guys and start over, I mean, that's their decision, obviously, but I would still like to see what it looks like. I think they have a really good roster when healthy. So I would be patient on this one. I would be very patient on this one and at the very least see this team with Kyrie Irving.
Well, I'm still in it, Ox. I'm just disappointed right now in what's going on. That doesn't mean that I'm out. No, we already, to your point, we already made the trade, which means that we have to see this thing through because all we're doing is compounding it if we move off of Anthony Davis. All we're doing is compounding this thing if we blow it up again. So we trade Luka Doncic for a chance to possibly win the NBA championship, built around a team that's defensive minded. But instead, our offense isn't good. And a lot of our guys on offense also are good defensively. So instead of us seeing this thing through, we're going to blow this whole thing up. We just look like imbeciles if we're doing that.
Well, remember, the decision makers that made that decision is no longer ultimately there. And so what happened is they put a committee together. Dumont has. Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi promoted to co-GMs. Jason Kidd, obviously. Cuban is apparently he's a part of a small group of people that are educating him about the NBA business and help guide them through this situation. But the issue is, Chill, because of Anthony Davis's age and his injury proneness, and he's probably going to continue just to get more injury prone as he gets older because he's a center. The question is going to be, well, do we just let this keep deteriorating and then have lesser assets we get back for him by the time we get to the summer, or do we maximize what we can get for him now, and then that way we can see if we can get as much return for him to at least try to soften the blow of the final iteration of the Luka Doncic.
What it sounds like you're trying to do, Swiper. Yeah, it does make sense, Ox. But what it sounds like Swiper's trying to do is he's trying to save some of the money that he lost. Like he's trying to, which I can appreciate that. Like you don't want to lose all the dough. But I did invest in this thing, and I don't think that this thing is gonna completely blow up in my face. But it's looking like that right now. I just want to see it through.
Chill. It's a controversial to say that it's been getting closer. They've of their last 4 losses. Sorry, of their last 4 games, they won 1 in OT. They lost 1 in OT. And last night,
they won a dogfight with the Knicks last night. They won a dogfight with
2 points. Okay, so yes, your offense craters towards the end. But I know people don't like Raptors history lessons up here, but I will remind y'all: 2014, 2013, 2014. They trade Rudy Gay. They were trying to blow that team up.
Yep.
They tried to dump Rudy to Sacramento. They got back a bunch of role players. They thought, we're just going to trade Kyle. We're going to trade DeMar, and we're going to tank. What happened?
They got really good.
They got really good, and they were bad at that point. They were 6-12.
Mm-hmm.
They were 6-12, but apparently Gravis Vasquez and Patrick Patterson and those guys that came over, John Salmons, those are really good role players. And those dudes actually just settled everything down and put the ball in DeMar and Kyle's hands, and the rest was history. And then 5 years later, that culminated in a championship. What I'm saying is sometimes you think it's over and it's not. The team is just turning a corner. I think, personally, the hardest thing for a young team to do is play defense. Personally.
And they don't have that problem.
Anyone
Dallas does not have that problem.
They do not. which means to me at least, since defense is about effort, you got guys who care about the right stuff.
Pin, my question to you is, you too, Damian. Chill. I know this doesn't apply to you or Swiper, but are you guys going to be playing defense tomorrow during the King of the Court? Yes, baby. It is finally here. November 21st, 5 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars. Set your timers. Click the notification bell right below you so you can know when the King of the Court gets tipped off, and you can know who will be advancing when Team Ox plays against Team Chill at 5 p.m. And then Team Jordan plays against Team Swiper at 5:30 p.m. And then you got the winners of those teams playing at 6. Now, fellas, there has been some things that have came to fruition. There's been a revelation. There has been a change and an alteration in the team dynamics. So, we have captains up here, right? We got Team Ox. We got Team Jordan. We got Team Chill. We got Team Swiper. Ox, you gonna be there?
Yeah, Ron. What type of questions you asking me?
Chill, are you gonna be there?
You see me? You can't see me right now, but I'm in my stance right now because I'm slapping the floor and I'm in my stance on Ox right now. Nothing, Ox. Nothing. You got nothing. I'm beating you to spots. Nothing. There's nothing going on. You can't do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm making it hard on you.
What are you leading up to, Ron?
They're trying to set screens. Shit, I'm telling them, watch out. I don't need that. I'm in the ISO. I'm good. I'm torture chamber.
Swiper, are you gonna be here?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Jordan, are you gonna be here?
Yes.
Oh no.
Crickets. Well, guess what? Guess who's the newest team captain? Hey, Drench can't be there, so you know what? The team got to upgrade. I guess I'm going to have to step in and show you guys. And show you guys what this 50-40-90 look like. Hey, you asked for it. You wanted it. Specifically, you, bald head in the red. You wanted this. You got it. All right? Hey, I'm back. Hey, Morris, you take that hosting job. I'm going to jump out the hosting seat.
You just stepped into the captain seat. Do I not remember you telling me that you would be the captain if not for Jordan?
I never said I was captain. I just said I was stepping in.
Oh, so Pin's the captain.
I'm the captain.
Hey, Pin, you want to be the captain?
Yes.
I'm the captain. No, Pin, say it. I'm the captain.
Hey, Ron.
Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Okay? Look at me. I'm the captain.
Yeah.
Hey, Pin.
You going right to the bench.
Hey, Pin, it costs to be the boss. You know that little money that I owe you? Let's scratch that and I'll make you the captain.
$20.
Anyways.
I ain't gonna see that money anyway. Fine. Cool.
Me and Pin will decipher who decides to be the captains, but this is also the teams. Swiper, would you like to speak into this a little bit, these teams?
Yeah, it's going to be some great King of the Court style basketball talks. Can't wait to get into it. We got Real Talk, Joel from Pick a Side, Rez, going to be a great conversation. Team Pin
Ron?
/ Team
yeah.
Ron.
Team Pawn.
Yeah, Team Pawn will have Matty Ice football breakdown and one other player. I don't know who that is, but whoever that is. Team Chill. Wow. What a roster. It's going to be a great day. Dion from Ohio, Chill. We got Damo. And we got a Kill. Shout out. Can't wait to get into it. Then Team Ox, we got Gifted. We got Jay. Shout out to my dog. And we got Manny Wilson in it. This is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get into it. Nice little 30-minute bouts tomorrow. Get into it.
Roughly.
Swiper, you don't got to be a politician all the time, bro. You could talk, you know what I'm saying? You could keep it real.
Yeah, I feel I'm communicating based on how I feel right now. I don't want to fake it. I can fake it.
I'm in my stance, Ox. That's right. I'm switched on to the 4, and I can handle him, Ron. I got switched on to the 4 man, and I'm handling him.
Hey, y'all better send the double.
No, we don't need no double. Don't come over here, Ron. You good? We don't need no double team. No, I'm good. I'm switched on to the 4 man. I got him. I can deal with him. I got him. Mm-hmm.
Mars, are you excited to host? Great. See y'all. We gonna have a good ass time tomorrow. Mars gonna hold it down in the hosting role. Me and Penn are both gonna go for 30, and yeah, that's just gonna be that. Damien's gonna cook. Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, man,
when I look Gifted off that leash tomorrow, boy, it's gonna get ugly for y'all.
You said when you unleash Gifted?
Oh, it's gonna get ugly when Gifty get off that leash, boy.
You know what's going to even be uglier? When I put you in that cage, that's what I'm going to do, because I'm putting you in the cage. Yes, sir, because you boxed
It's
up.
all right.
Ahead.
This is
boxed up,
team
Ox.
sport. This is a team sport.
We take an Ox out the offense. You completely boxed up. Yup. Them other dudes going to have to do it because you ain't doing it, Ox.
That's cool. I got a squad. I got a squad. I don't think y'all realize I got a squad for real.
And then obviously after the PCL later that day, once again, we will be on playback watching the Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets, two of the best teams in the Western Conference. I think this game is going to be a good game, and it tells us a lot about both teams in these early stages of the season. But the cool thing about it is, if you guys can't watch the game, what's better than that? Going to the game. And you can do that by using the Game Time app. You got to download it first. And once you do that, you have access to literally the best seats in the house. You have access to literally the best prices in the house. And you have access literally to an app that's just not going to scam you. It's going to treat you right. You see, the reason why I use the Game Time app mostly is because, well, I know the prices I'm going to get ahead of time. So what I get or what I see is what I get. They're not going to throw in a sneaky all-in fee. They're not going to add taxes. They're not going to try to add another fee that says, oh, you got to pay this because you bought the ticket at the last minute. No, what they give me is what I end up paying. And usually what I end up paying is a premium price to sit at a good seat. And, well, you get to see those seat views before you even get in the arena. It doesn't get too much better than this, y'all. Make sure to download the Game Time app. Make sure to get the best deal that they offer you. And make sure, ultimately, to use code players for 20% off. So not only do you get the best price guaranteed and last-minute deals, but you also get 20% off your first purchase. We'll see you guys in the game tomorrow. All right, fellas, we got some super chats. So let's do it.
You
the
sure,
first
Ron?
one is from...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which one I want.
Just making sure. Okay.
I want to address, and it's from my man DSG Piccolo. He had this to say about his Blazers. All NBA defender not playing defense with the game on the line? What's the point, man? We might not win until the Grizzlies. And then I got to watch Cedric cook us because we traded back for Chinese Joker. Caleb Love, he got to go too.
That's kind of tough. And the reason why that's tough is because, I mean, I swiped yesterday. I turned the game off. It was about 9.5 minutes, and the Bulls were down. I mean, the Bulls were up almost, I think 21. I was out. I'm good. Next thing I know, I turned the TV on in the morning, and Vooch hit a buzzer beat in order to win. But Kobe White's at the top. With Kobe White being at the top, they had Vooch in the corners. That means they had Vooch, and I want to say somebody else was in the corner. So Kamara, he's the weak side help. So he's the furthest away from the ball. When Kobe White gets downhill, he comes to help. Vooch, for all intents and purposes, wasn't hitting any shots in the fourth quarter. In fact, none of them were. They won a 30-7 run. So I do understand why Kamara came to help. But in that particular situation, I might have to leave you one-on-one. The worst thing that could happen is you end up hitting the shot and we go into overtime. I can't leave Vooch at the long ball line in order for us to win and win or lose. I can't do that.
That was a good find by Kobe.
It was.
Put it right. You know, he put it right in his hands. You know, that's just a breakdown. That's just how it happens sometimes, man. Yeah. That was a good find from Kobe.
Also, is Denny Abdia a lock to make the All-Star team?
I think he is.
I don't know if we can lock up in 15 games, but he probably. Oh yeah, because that's how. Oh yeah, for sure. I forgot. Yeah, he's definitely going to be on that.
Easy.
Yeah,
so good.
I think he's going to make the. If he can, okay, Ox. If he continues to play the way he's playing, and I think the Trailblazers are going to start winning some games, even though winning doesn't really matter when you make the All-Star team. But if he continues to play the way he's playing, I do think he's a lock to make the All-Star team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anna Monica Studios sent through a super chat and said, does Kawhi retire as a Clipper? By the way, I feel like 5 of the 8 worst teams are in the West. Also, can you guys rank these centers at their peak? We got Jokic, we got the Admiral, we got Moses Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Y'all talk to me.
Rank so $10 gets you 3 questions?
If you use it right,
well,
actually, he only asked 2 questions. Actually, one
does
was
Kawhi retire as a Clipper? That's one.
No.
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 He doesn't.
But he's asking us to address whether, I'm assuming, if 5 of the 8
given
worst
his
teams,
opinion, he's just saying he thinks 5 of the 8 worst teams are in the West. That's not a question.
But that's okay.
That's not a question.
So okay.
He asked 2 questions. He asked 2 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, he asked 2 questions. Does Kawhi retire a Clipper? Maybe.
Ain't nobody else gonna pay Kawhi. Of course, he retires a Clipper.
And then the peaks. I think I'd like to think we all agree Hakeem and Kareem are the top 2. The order, put them wherever you want. I don't know. Probably Kareem
Hakeem first.
Yeah, Kareem, Hakeem. I'd like to think
David Robinson.
And I also like to think we would think Moses is worse. But
wait, I forgot about Jokic. Jokic is there.
Jokic is there.
Yeah, I forgot about Jokic too.
My bad. Kareem, Jokic, Hakeem, David Robinson, Moses Malone.
Is it too early to put Derek Queen on this?
Yes, it is too early, Ron. Yes,
I put him over Moses for sure.
It's early to put Derek Queen. It might be a little bit late for you to put Hanson Yang on this list, though. Don't you think we forgot? Don't you think we forgot Chinese Jokic? Don't you
answer your question? To answer your question, Ox. To respond to your response, Ox. I don't think anybody's going to pay Kawhi $50 million, which is what he's on the books with the Clippers. He's on the books for 2 more years for $100 million. There's somebody who may love him for $10 million. There's somebody who may love him for $15 million. So
he's not going to take. He's not going to take $10 million. Chill. He's out of here. Like,
but if it comes
after this is over, he'll be 36. Right, he'll be 36 because he's about to like a couple months younger than me, right?
I think he'll retire.
He's born in June.
Yeah, he's
June
not chill. It's not happening. He's going to be radioactive at that point. You can't bring Kawhi on.
I actually thought
on top of that,
by this point, I did.
Yeah, remember we talked about that before. After what happened with the Suns, remember he was killing KD, and then couldn't play no more. And it's just like, I don't. So after this contract, I don't think Steve Ballmer's going to fork up that type of cash anymore. And there's no team in their right mind could do that. Like you can't.
I just don't know what after. Well, you know who Kawhi Leonard is, where he can at some point just get busy and basically turn heads. But I don't think that anybody's interested in Kawhi Leonard after these 2 years go out for $50 million a season. I don't think so. But I do think that there will be a team. I don't think Kawhi Leonard again, Ox. I'm a professional basketball player, and I can't see Kawhi Leonard knowing who he is if a team on the West Coast, because I don't think he wants to go anywhere cold. A team on the West Coast going, we got 2 years at $25 million, and can you still play? We got a year for $15 million. Can you still play? I think he can. I do think that he would. I think he would take that money. I don't think he'd leave that money on the table.
Sure. Let's say that right now it's his ankle, right? Let's say just best case scenario. Let's say he's sitting down because of his ankle, and then his ankle heals up, and he comes back and plays 60 games this season. Yep. If Kawhi could give you 60 games this season and then finish out in the playoffs, however that looks like, say, let's say he comes back, gets his team to the playoffs, and let's say they're a second round exit, game 5, game 6. Then it's gonna be like, okay, shit, Kawhi can still play basketball. You know what I mean? And then let's say next year get the same thing. But I highly doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I highly doubt that you can get more than 45 out of Kawhi. And that's this year. So, and there's another year. I just think it's done. I think it's done, and it's gonna be a sad day for the NBA when we lose Kawhi. But I mean, you can't if you can't hold up, you should probably, hang him up. There's nothing embarrassing about that. You gave it all you had, man. Does
Kawhi retire before Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Damn.
KD got a lot in the tank, yo. KD can. I can see KD playing 3-4 more seasons, bro.
At least 2 more.
Yeah.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Hunter. Hunter said Zeke Naji is only in the league because of blackmail. I'm sure of it.
Just so you know, Hunter.
He is a black male.
Just so you know, and Mars, I know how Mars feels about Tyus Jones. Mars, I don't know if you know this, but I think before last night, they played the Warriors. He hit a 3. Before that, he hadn't scored in 9 straight games.
Tyus?
He hadn't scored a bucket, just 1 bucket, Mars, in 9 straight games.
Isn't that the Jason Kidd stat?
Yes, that is.
I've been on the Tyus Jones is not good campaign for a while. I think people are joining the good fight.
I was way wrong. I thought that when he got to Phoenix, I was like, this is exactly what they need. He's going to be great for them. They got their floor. They got their floor general, their play initiator, their primary ball handler. and ultimately this dude was standing in the right corner.
Yeah, I think being small and not being able to play defense is very
He's
difficult.
Europe bound in a couple of years, if not next year.
Shout out to Trey, though. Trey
Trey
Jones is good. I like Trey Jones. So, shout out to him.
Shout out to Minnesota basketball.
He'll be great overseas, too.
And Zeke Naji got the start last night because I think Adelman they're trying to play big versus Zion because AG was out. And so they're like, hey, you're 6'10", 235 pounds. You're a very good athlete. Like, and he's been a good defender historically. Can you get in there and do something? But, Zeke is in year 6, y'all, and I just think he needs a new situation. But, he's making I think it's a descending contract. Maybe not, but he's making 7, I think, this year, 7.7, and he has 2 more years left on his deal. That was a Calvin Booth signing. They just needed, they just locked up their 2020 draft pick. He was taken right up Tyrese Maxey, which I have it on good reasoning that I think they were targeting Tyrese Maxey, and then Philly took him right before. So it's just unfortunate, man. Like he's really a good dude. Like he's big, he's strong, he's fast, but he lost his jumper, he's lost his confidence. He plays sloppy. He doesn't have the court IQ stuff that you're looking for. I just think he needs a new situation on a team that he doesn't have to worry about like being good. He can just go get a bunch of reps and just go play. Because the issue is, I think it's unfortunate. He's the 6th highest paid player on the team. He was the 5th highest paid player last year, and they just can't use him, unfortunately.
He needs a new situation where he doesn't have to worry about being good.
I think that's for young players. I think that's really important.
Underrated.
I think I think for young players, that's a really good situation. I think Michael Porter's in a situation he doesn't have to worry about like. Not young, but he doesn't have to worry about like some of the.
If Michael Porter
stuff.
Jr. was sitting there like shooting 20% from the field, he'd be getting crucified. Why is he making $38 million?
I guess what I'm saying is
with Cab on what's happening in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think you just need to be in a low impact situation where you can excel. Yeah, but I guess low impact, like on what you do is not like affecting the direction of the team per se. But like if you're just going out there and you're just playing. And you're just like giving it your best. And if you are playing well, good for you. Your career extends. You can maybe move on to another place. But if you aren't playing bad, then you really get to work that out, or you go to the G League. And I think Zeke is just like he's a veteran player now, and he's 24 years old.
Right.
But he's so far behind mentally. He plays like a rookie still. Like
what was the plan with him, Swiper? When you first got him, what was the plan with Zeke Naji?
He was supposed to be a 4.5 tweener. He was a really good athlete at Arizona. I'm sure Ox watched him in Arizona. He was a good post player. He was really good. Like, you would love him. He's ostensibly going to be a transition player. He's somebody he could score a little bit. He had a nice jumper in Arizona. His rookie year, he shot 40% from 3, 38% from 3. So he looked like he could be a potential 4. Like, if you look at him and Aaron Gordon, he's not Aaron Gordon athletically, but he's like Aaron Gordon prototype. Big body, athletic player that could shoot. But then something happened after his injury. The first injury he had, his skills deteriorated. His jump shot, he changed it, and everything. His skills diminished. And I'm talking about basic rebounding, grabbing the basketball and coming down with the basketball. Basic stuff. He fell off. And I don't think he's that bad of a player. I just think the situation, he's been there for 6 years. It's championship every year. High pressure games every game. You're expected to perform because you're playing next to Jokic, Murray, and Gordon. That's a lot of pressure. Like I have to fill in for Aaron Gordon. No, but not everybody responds that way. And I think Ox and Ron and Chill, since you play, you can probably speak to that. Not everybody responds.
No, Swiper, you're absolutely cooking. You're cook. Like young players need an opportunity. And Penn, I know you might not feel this, but young players need an opportunity to be bad. You need an opportunity to go out there, how Swiper said, get your reps up and play terrible, but be able to play your way through it. You absolutely have to play through your bad moments.
They would have taken Tyrese Maxey. I think a lot of teams wanted Tyrese Maxey. Of course, he went a little bit high. I will remind you that here are the players that were on the board when y'all selected Zeke Naji. And I understand why.
Penn, that's irrelevant right now, though. We talk about Zeke Naji. They picked Zeke Naji. That's who they got. Like because we can do this. We can do this.
I'll just simply giving you the direction of like I think he was not the original plan, but I think he was on their board. He was the player on their board for Tim Connolly. But if you remember, Connolly loved guards, and especially Kentucky guards, especially smaller, faster, shiftier Kentucky guards. But my whole point was that just talking about the direction. But to Ron's point, I do think to me, there's something in sucking or just being not being in the limelight. Like just go figure it out in the shadows a little bit. Zeke has never been in the shadows. Remember, 2021, he didn't play a lot. 21-22 didn't play a lot. That was the year they had all the injuries. But he couldn't play. That's a bad thing. You literally couldn't play. 22-23, championship team. 23-24, try to win a championship. 24-25, try to win a championship. 25-26, best team ever, best start ever, trying to win another championship. And if you get in there next to Jokic, who's 30 years old now, and I'm throwing you the ball and you don't know where to be on the floor, Peyton Watson knows where to be. Tim Hardaway Jr. knows where to be. Everybody else knows where to be. Bruce Brown knows where to be. But you don't know where to be yet. I'm saying that's a lot of pressure, dog. That is a lot of stuff to deal with.
That's pressure. That's pressure swiping. I agree with you on that. But at this point, not knowing where to be has nothing to do with being on a team that sucks or being on a team that's good. That's a you thing. In my whole thing, and I said this a lot, and I know me and Ron, I know we go back and forth on this a lot. But some people just don't get better. It doesn't matter what the situation you are.
That's true.
Some people peak sophomore year of college. Some people peak senior year of high school. Mm-hmm. Some people just don't get better. I think this is a prime example of somebody who is the best they're ever going to be.
Look, man, we do this thing all the time where we try to reverse engineer why a guy didn't work out. Sometimes guys will end up in a bad situation and they say, well, he needed winning structure, he needed winning habits, he needed less pressure because there was too much limelight on him. Then a guy goes to a championship contender and say, oh, well, he needed more opportunity. Chill. Do you remember on Playback, we were having a nice little discussion about the value of the G League?
Yes, we did.
This is the value of the G League. If you can't cut it, if the pace is too fast, and obviously the pace is too fast for Zeke Naji, for someone that athletic to be grabbing 4 rebounds last night, to be taking 3 shots, obviously it hasn't slowed down for him. So you watch him every day. I don't. Has the game slowed down for the man? 6 years into
I think
career.
he had a run last year for like 20 games, bro, where it looked like, dude, this is a player you could actually put in rotation. He was playing great defense. Mm-hmm. He had 3 blocks in the first quarter versus Detroit Pistons, made a 3, locking up Cade Cunningham. And it's like, all right, like, this is about what you need. But then what happens is, like I said, for young players, they go through these peaks, but then there's just this inevitable lull that happens that hits him. And the problem is, Penn, you can't put an $8 million a year player in the G League, brother. It's just not.
Yes, you can.
That's just, it's not.
You know who is in the G? Yes, you can.
I personally have not. I don't know. You have to tell me the last time you've seen that. Somebody who's never played in the G League be on a contract like that, a rookie extension, and then be in the G League after that. I don't know who it is. I'm saying I legitimately don't know.
I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Wasn't the kid that plays for Houston, Mars, your point guard? Isn't he on the books for something crazy like 6?
No, but he was the 3rd overall pick. That was his rookie year.
But that's the point, though. He's on the books.
Zeke is in the 6th. He's in year 6.
Okay, hold up. No, we're not saying put him in the G League now. We're saying put him in the G League.
He was in the G League before, though. Like what I'm saying is,
where's the pressure in the G League?
But Deron Holmes in the G League right now because he needed to really actually go play basketball. He's actually doing well. So, but they're trying to grow him into, like, go get the reps so you can play next year. But I think the thing with Zeke is, brother, I have watched Zeke in 2 coaches now. Russell Westbrook next to him, Facu Campazzo next to him, Jamal Murray next to him. He's had all kind of point guards next to him, and then you got Jokic, maybe the best playmaker in the league, next to you. And it's still not. It's up here with him. Like I said, Ron, I think he needs a new situation. I just think eventually, Penn, sometimes you get to a point. This is the next year. He could be Jordan's new, Porter. Porter goes to the Nets. All of a sudden, he's 23, 7. Playing his game, playing his play style. Maybe Zeke Naji just needs to go to Charlotte.
Sometimes I really have to question your intentions. Are you currently trying to sell the league on Zeke Naji potential untapped?
No, I don't think it's fair.
Are you hoping that the GM?
No, I don't think it's fair in any league.
About to go on his mic.
I don't think it's fair in any league to say a 24-year-old cannot get better, because I've seen in the MLB, in the NHL, in the NBA, and in the NFL, players that are not good on their original team go to new situations. Prime example, we talked about in the press box. There's a corner pin that played for the Washington Commanders last year that was sucky, trash, terrible. And now, chill, he's number 1 for the Los Angeles Rams. He is balling this year. New system, new coach, new level of confidence. He feels good. And everything's changed. And for me, I think that's what Zeke needs. Like, he just needs to be in a new situation.
Change of scenery might help him.
So here's the thing, Swiper. You're big on the analytics and stuff. I would implore you to go find a player who has been as bad as Zeke Naji has been for the last 6 years.
He hasn't been bad
around
for
his
6 years,
career.
though.
5 years, whatever. Chill. 2019 he was drafted. No, 2020, 2020.
20. It's year 6. It's year 6.
When he's 2019 draft?
No.
Am I stupid?
No, he's year 6. He's year 6 right now.
Okay, so year
Same
6.
as Maxey. Yeah.
Okay, so find a player, big or small, year 6. Because I mean, look, we've seen late starts, we've seen early, mess ups. We've seen Chauncey Billups got traded multiple times.
That's the first
times.
That's the guy that I was thinking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups was a late start. There are plenty of guys who have turned it around at some point. They made a big adjustment, and people counted them out. I want you to find a player who was bad for 6 years.
I don't know.
And 2, this bad for 6 years in NBA history, who
And got
turned around their
extended too, by
career.
the way.
And by the way,
He got extended because they needed an intermediate
I'm not
contract to
talking about
trade, but then he
becoming Michael
never
Porter Jr.
developed.
becoming a 25 point per game scorer, or becoming Aaron Gordon, because Aaron Gordon also had his struggles in Orlando, and he turned it around too. But there's a level to shit. There's like this is Chauncey Billups, like struggling.
Does Thomas Bryant count? Because remember, Ron, Thomas Bryant was like getting passed around the league for a while, and then he ended up playing well with and then even Tony Bradley. The Patriots made it work with both of them. Like, they both were not great players. Now, they weren't on $8 million a year contracts.
James Wiseman. I'm saying
when he went to Detroit, he had a nice run.
So bad.
No, but Wiseman when he went, he had a nice run.
This is the thing, though. Like, nobody's saying. I don't think nobody up here ever believes Zeke Naji will be a number one option, an all-star, or anything like that. But he can become a competent role player, a role player that's more valuable than what he is, and that might be like him, for instance, going to like Atlanta. That might be him going to Boston and playing in that system.
You're telling me that you could see a world 3 years from now, you look up and he is
He'll be 27 years old by that point.
Off the bench for a playoff team. You could see
he could in 27 years old. That's a 3-year gap. It's a long distance.
It depends on.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Be clear about one thing too, Penn. We have guys who have gotten their roles simplified, and with their roles being simplified, they become really
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin was on his way.
But remember, Obi Toppin got traded for nothing to the Pacers,
They
mind
got
you.
a bucket of extra
Nothing.
in the 6-pack for him.
But again, Obi Toppin was also a 1% athlete too. Like, I think that's the and Hamidou Diallo is another one, Chill. I thought, new situation, Chill, Hamidou would be all right. But he was just bad. So I hope, but I'm saying also, Penn, I don't like when players don't get better because I don't want that for them. They put too much work into the sport for them just to not get better. I know Zeke cares. I don't want him to always be this dude. But at some point, like, Chill, the situation couldn't be more wide open for you. You could be the 10th, 11th man on a championship team.
I just want to be clear about something. Obi Toppin wasn't bad in his second year. Just so we're clear.
Yes, he was clueless. He was on his way out the rotation.
But they gave him up though.
Way out of the league. Okay.
No. But they gave him up though.
He was out of the rotation. He was almost out of the rotation in New York. He didn't defend. Not only did he not defend, Penn, but he couldn't knock down open shots. I didn't even know he had a long ball until he got to Indiana. Next thing I know, the guy's shooting the long ball.
All of this stuff that he took so many threes in his last year in New York.
All of the stuff that he was doing.
More than half his three.
All of the stuff that he was doing.
Oh my God! Chill. More than half his shots came from 3 in New York. You didn't know he could shoot threes?
And more than half of his shots came from 3. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Is that what I'm understanding? So
no, but Chill. But just to
attempted.
I'll be listening to y'all dudes talk to me, and I watch the games. So now Obi Toppin, when he was in New York, he was a knockdown long ball shooter. That's what you're telling me?
No. I Chill. I just to, and I know Mars is a little frustrated by this, but just to remember what happened with Obi. It wasn't that Obi wasn't a good defender. Obi was having erratic IQ plays. They already had Julius Randle, who was not playing, like, he already did too much bulldog, run you over type stuff. Obi was just not a very sound player. And the reason why they gave him up was because, we want to get something back for him. They knew they weren't going to extend him. The Pacers, very smartly, thing.
Right quick, Simon, before you keep going, I just want to add some context. The reason why they knew they weren't going to extend him is because they knew he wasn't a good fit for Tom Thibodeau's system.
Exactly.
Where you have to play defense.
Exactly.
But proceed, Swiper.
But
he goes to his next
but
situation.
Ron, and I think you're of the same mindset, Ron. I'm the type, rookie contract, super crazy athlete. I'll give you a second round pick for that. Why not? Because if it works out, Ron, now I'm paying Obi Toppin $50 million over 4 years, and he's a great rotation player for me. Matter of fact, the league likes him a lot. I could trade Obi Toppin if I want to get more assets for maybe a first or another young player or something like that, or just keep him. I think for me, the Pacers saw an opportunity, Penn and Chill, and they said, here's a really good athlete. Okay. He can be a shooter. Can he be a defender in our system?
Okay, I understand that he's only played 3 games this year, but he's looked awful.
No, dude, come on.
He has never been a good defender. Hold up. What is the criticism? What was the criticism in New York? Not an efficient player, number 1. Yep. Not a super efficient shooter. That's number 2. Not a good defender, number 3. Not a great decision maker. So the criticism is still the same.
No,
dude.
It's not. Penn,
yes, this changed. Hold up. The context changed because
there's no hold up, Penn. You cannot use 3 games first of all of this season, and then including the fact that Tyrese Halliburton
not a good defender last year.
And then including the fact that Tyrese Halliburton and their superstars are not there. The team isn't healthy, Penn, and this is the problem. I would be with you to a little bit, and this is why PC is the best, by the way. We're talking about bench role players and their usage and them getting better or worse in new situations. You're not going to find this anywhere else. Obi Toppin, Penn, last year, they don't win and go to the finals without Obi. Because in that Knicks series, he was huge in the Knicks series.
Chill, these are
players. They don't win.
Okay, hang on.
In the Milwaukee Bucks series, he was very good. In the Knicks series, he was very good.
This is where the
he had really key possessions in the finals too.
He had some pretty good moments.
Okay, hold up. What I'm trying to say here is, if the criticism is he wasn't a good defender, he's still not a great defender. Number 1. Okay. Oh, he was a good defender now. Please chill, bro.
Now, Penn.
Number 2, if the decision is, if the discussion is that he wasn't a great decision maker, well, what did Rick Carlisle do? He's not making a ton of decisions, man.
But that's a part of the system that we're talking about.
So that's the point.
But Penn, that's a part of the system, though.
Zeke Naji bad. This is how we got here. He was never as awful as Zeke Naji. What are we doing here?
Okay, I'm not saying that.
I don't think anybody was making the comparison.
I didn't say that. I know for a fact.
Nobody said that.
I know for a fact.
I asked you specifically.
You said it.
Yes.
What you said?
No, I Penn. I know that literally. I went through names of people who had to get their careers reconstructed because they weren't good in the first iteration of it. Right. Yeah, but Penn, this is the issue with you, Penn. You're so hardlined on trying to prove a point about Zeke. My initial point is not about guarantee he takes off. Would I like him to take off? Yes. Do I want him to be this bad of a player for his whole career? No. Do I want him when he's an old man, when he's older than Chill, 65 years old, getting retirement benefits from the league, and then he's getting his money from his pension, and he's like, I never turned out as an NBA player. I don't want him to experience that. I would like him to say, I went to a new team. I didn't become the player I thought I would be, but I played for the Miami Heat. I played for the Charlotte Hornets. I played for the Dallas Mavericks or the Spurs. And I played 12 years in the league, and I made it work. I found a way. I fixed my situation. I made it work. Right now, he's not doing that. Go ahead, Chill.
Penn, which is what Obi Toppin did, because Indiana, when he got there, they maximized his skill set. So when he was in New York, they had a lot of ball that, and I don't even know how you be looking at me crazy like that. They had ball dominant guys in both Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. They don't have that. They don't have that. They played a lot faster in Indiana with the lead guard in Tyrese Halliburton. Now I got Obi Toppin, who's basically a stallion running the floor. That's maximizing his skill set. He doesn't have to think much because they have a read and react offense. So if I'm open at the long ball line, shoot the ball, which he's worked on and gotten better at. So this has made him look much better than what he did with the New York Knicks. Way better.
He attempts fewer threes per.
Who are you talking about?
Toppin.
We're talking about Obi.
Okay, but Penn, just leave that alone. I think that's taking the conversation for you another place. I really think it's taken to another place. No, Penn, do you think that Zeke Naji, there's no way that he gets better? Basically, it's for you in your mind.
I didn't say there's no way that he gets better. What I'm trying to tell you is that I don't know anyone who has been as bad as he has been for 6 years, who has emerged into an upper rotation player. And my request to you was, since you are into the data baller stuff and whatever, why don't you look through the archives and find a player who was as bad as him and figure it out when it turned? Because I'll tell you right now, his big contract is the reason he's in the league, because he's too expensive to waive. My question to you and basically anybody who's trying to sit up here defending this and saying there might be some turnaround is if he was waived tomorrow, who's picking him up? And
that's not the conversation.
Well, that's the point.
That's the point. You're pigeonholing a point, though. Like all Ron and I were originally saying.
Started a basketball game yesterday.
Yeah.
Presumably because you're likely hoping that there is some emergent potential.
They're playing versus Zion, and they needed a bigger body to guard Zion.
Okay, cool.
And he's done that. I'm saying he's done that before. But my whole point about this segment was, I think hopefully for the hoopers in the chat that like are not playing super well in high school or not playing super well in college or not playing super well in middle school or whatever, not even motivational. It's just situational. Sometimes it's not always about. And Ron, as somebody who's been on a lot of teams, as somebody for me who's been on a lot of teams, it's not always about how good you are in the first situation you're in. A lot of it is about, can you please just get to a place where you can get confident in your ability, you can rewire how your mind works in a new basketball situation, and you can contribute better in the next situation. Okay. That's it.
If Zeke Naji ever becomes a rotation player in this league, I will come up here and apologize. Ain't gonna happen. And honestly, I ended this conversation like 30 minutes ago by saying some guys just don't get better. He was right. Some guys don't.
All right, fellas. Well, it's been a good 30 minutes without Ox. I think we all can agree that, right, chat? But
I don't agree with that.
I do want to say that this is why Swipe has spoken to this a little bit. Who else talks about Zeke Naji, Obi Toppin, and other players that have gotten better or whether they can get better, things like that? Only the panel does things like that. But also, too, this is why you send through super chats, because you just never know what your super chat's going to turn into. A Zeke Naji super chat?
What
30 minutes on it? What? Oh, I said we've been waiting for you to come up here and make the show better.
Ox pop up like the boogeyman too, by the way. He's like Candyman. Say my name 3 times.
I was on my way back. They just had the delivery people. Man, watch your mouth, man.
Okay, all right, my bad. New Drink. This is the last super chat, and we're gonna move on to our fast breakdown segment. New Drink said, "Yeah, we got off to a slow start, but when Suggs gets off minutes restrictions." And Mosley stops giving Ty Jones minutes, we'll be top 3. Plus, Anthony Black and that's Tristan Da Silva are on the up.
Tristan Silva's amazing.
Tristan. Yeah, I like Tristan.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know you played.
I thought he was better.
I think the chat is very, very, very casual. People with agendas full in the chat. I don't understand how that's a Nuggets agenda. We're just talking about a player. Like I would ask the question, I answer the question.
We've moved on.
Here's the thing, though, Swiper, which bothers me so much because we talk about
they deserve to be pinned. They deserve to be corrected. That's
they do.
That's crazy to me.
The reason why I pinned is because they got to
not in crunch time.
They
want to talk about the chat that happened already.
No, it's not that deep.
Yeah, we on Orlando. See, this is a Nuggets agenda. Swiper trying to.
Yeah, for sure.
Swiper trying to commandeer the show for the Nuggets.
Agreed.
But no,
for real. These nerds in the chat deserve to be cooked. It's a bunch of nerds in the chat, a bunch of bozos in the chat. Cook them, Swiper.
Just clowns. I'm saying, like you. So this is what I'm saying. Like
chat, drop L chat.
That is such a nuanced pin. You are the ultimate yapper of long sentences. Please hush. I'm saying I think there is a situation where you can give nuance and clarification to a player's role. That's it for across the league. And no other. But I'm saying, but hold on, because you know what? We know what's nasty. They literally ask us to talk about basketball.
Oh my God.
What the show is about basketball. We talked about basketball. That's it. That's it. Pin, every time you get a chance to talk about Mogbo or any just random player at the end of the bench for the Raptors, you perk up and you get exhilarated and happy. I would love to talk about the Raptors.
I don't rarely show for 30 minutes to talk about.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, you do.
For Jonathan Mobo, yo. For Jonathan Mobo, point to the day. My God. And Jonathan Mobo is way better than
we'll get on the
Somebody asked me a direct super chat about a question, and then we had a conversation. Go ahead, Chill. Goodness gracious.
Matter of fact, we all go. I promise you, there's a game that we're going to get to in a little bit, and watch how long we talk about the Raptors.
Shout out to K-Dot. 90 seconds.
Watch
exactly.
how long we talk about the Toronto Raptors. So, and I actually want to, and to be honest with you, Penn, I actually want to talk about the Raptors because they're a lot better than what I thought they were. 100%, I want to talk about them. Yes, I do. But
wait. Before we move on to that though, Ron, I just want to say chill. I was going to say I think Tristan Da Silva is a guy that That go, you know how you say about playing in the summertime, playing with your national team, and it translates into the season. I think Tristan De Silva is one of those guys where this was a good summer for you. You know what I mean? It's sometimes I disagree. Like there's certain players that's like I don't know how much that's gonna help them, but a young fella like this going playing against that level of competition, playing against grown men all summer, and just not having pretty much not having an off season. Sometimes not having an offseason for youngsters is the best thing that can happen for you, and especially when you're playing meaningful basketball, not just cone drills and open runs and maybe hitting the pro-am or something, but meaningful basketball that matters to your country, matters to your family, matters to you and the people that you've been playing with. I don't know everybody's story, but I'm gonna just I'm gonna assume that he's been playing with these guys most of his life, growing up with some of these guys. I don't know, but that's just assumption from most of these guys that play over there, and I think that's very meaningful, and I think that it got him on the right track this season. I'm really liking Tristan De Silva because last year, I was asleep on Tristan. I know Mars, you brought him up a lot last year. I know a bunch of you guys did. I don't know exactly who, but I heard his name a lot last year, and I was kind of like, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? But I checked him out this summer in some of those games, and now I'm like, okay, I see you.
There's something about playing in Eurobasket, man, because he's got confident over the summer, and he's playing even better now. Ron, you're muted.
Especially if you play well, Swiper. Especially like if you go, like you've ever been younger, maybe be in the 8th grade and go play with like the JV team, or go to a summer camp with the varsity team your freshman year, and you actually play good, and you're like, oh shit, I can play with 17-year-olds, and then you go back like, okay, I got some game, like that. I know that's like that happens, and that's good for you to go play against and show out,
Yeah, in a new environment, a new team, a new change of scenery. Who would have thought that could refresh
this isn't the same thing, Ron. And mind you, Ron, I heard that conversation. No, I because even when I was out there, I always had my headphones on. That's how come I heard you saying that slick shit. And that's why I ran to the back to the room. But I want to say that it can go both ways. Like that's very valid. Going to a new situation and a new system. New players around you. That's very valid. So just wanted to say that. That's
speaking of guys being in new environments, I do want to shout out to this one guy for the Toronto Raptors who's in a new environment, and he's turned up that environment. Shout out to Brandon Ingram. He had 22 points last night in the Toronto Raptors victory against the Philadelphia 76ers. The Raptors are now 10-5. The Sixers 8-6. Both teams have kind of exceeded expectations, kind of. But the Raptors have won 5 games in a row. Once again, Brandon Ingram had 22 points last night, 5 assists. Scotty Barnes, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 turnovers. I'm sure we don't want to talk about that.
Yes,
and another guy by the name of, speaking of new environments, RJ Barrett, 22 points last night. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, 24 points, led them in scoring, 9 assists as well. VJ Edgecombe had 21 points too. And off the bench, Quentin Grimes continues to be spectacular off the bench, 21 points. Fellas, let's talk about it.
Pin, before you go, I know you got to speak on this, so I just want to ask Mars a quick question. Mars, I'm still high on BI. Are you still high on BI, or how you feel about Brandon Ingram?
I never heard Mars not. I never heard you not.
I'm never going to. Brandon Ingram's until Brandon Ingram's no longer good at basketball. I'm always going to be on the side of Brandon Ingram's good at basketball.
Right. Yeah, I was just making sure because I'm still feeling Brandon Ingram. There was a little turmoil last year, was sitting out because of toe contusions and stuff, but I still like Brandon Ingram a lot. Just wanted to ask that.
Me too.
Yeah, so Ingram's had 10 turnovers over the last 2 games. Scotty had 6 turnovers last night. In the first half, RJ started 1 for 6. In the second half, he was 5 for 6. So he turned it around. I think the real revelation for the Raptors has been Quickly and Jakob Poeltl. So Jakob Poeltl, they are 7-0 in his last 7 games that he has played. They win with him. They can't win without him. In the beginning of the season, when they started 1-4, he had back issues. He was stiff. He couldn't move. He really couldn't move. Their defense was very aggressive. They scaled it back. Scotty is papering over everything defensively. He has been he's one of 2, I think, players, or the only player in the league that is averaging over a block and a half and a steal and a half. I think he's second in stocks in the league. So he cleans up everything. Everything on the back line, he blocks it. He's so poised defensively. Offensively, I think Ingram has settled everything. Last night, they doubled Ingram at will. Every time he touched the ball, they doubled him. He only took 10 shots. I think they did a really good job on Tyrese Maxey. As you know, he's been on a heater. He's one of the top 3 scorers in the league. They limited his shot attempts last night, and they've made other guys make plays who aren't as comfortable. Quentin Grimes went off the bench. He was crazy. He was really good. I don't think Scotty had a good game last game, but he's been dominant over this run, and the Raptors are now second in the Eastern Conference behind the Detroit Pistons. Second. And they are top 10 defense, top 10 offense, and once again, they still can't rebound. Get Day'Ron Sharpe on my team.
Whenever I and Penn, I'm up here saying today, I'm pledging that maybe the Raptors are better than what I think that they are. And when I watch,
what do you think that they are?
To be honest with you, I thought that they were a bottom half play-in team. I thought that they were going to be a team that was indecisive on offense because they were going to give the ball to Brandon Ingram and just let him work. And I thought that was going to affect. I thought that was going to affect RJ Barrett's offense. When in reality, RJ Barrett plays really well off of Brandon Ingram, right? He plays really well plays really well off of Quigley. And I have to tell you, Penn, for some reason, when Mamu comes on the floor, good things happen.
Well, last night it wasn't as much Mamu as it was Jacoby Walter. So Jacoby was insane yesterday. And I will say the Raptors tried something in the first quarter that I think maybe went unnoticed by some people.
Yeah.
They put the ball in Scotty's hands as the point guard and had Quickly doing the inverted ball screen stuff, and it was very effective. The Raptors scored, I believe, 9 of their first 12 possessions. Either they scored, got a bucket, or got to the line. It was very effective. The Sixers didn't know how to guard it. They kept putting a maxi ball screens. And I think if Quickly, because he is stronger right now, Quickly saved us in the fourth quarter. When the Sixers made their little run, it was Quickly shot. You know, I know that this is going to sound really wild, but a lot of the stuff that he does is Curry-esque. I know he's not the shooter Curry is, but the way that he operates his shooting profile, very Curry-esque. There was a video by Jimmy High Roller earlier this offseason where he said, what's the closest thing to Steph Curry? And it's like, there's no such thing close to Steph Curry. But Quickly was like top 5, top 7 in almost every metric that he looked at in terms of how he scores, his play type, archetype, efficiency, everything. So I think Emmanuel Quickly has gone very, very underrated because the Raptors lost a lot of games last year. They were not losing last year because of him. Now that he's moving off the ball, I think Ingram, Barnes, and Barrett give him so much space, but Jakob Poeltl unlocks him the way Draymond unlocks Steph. You know, and the two of them together, very hard to stop because Yak is such an impressive finisher in the paint, and Quickly is just such a lethal pull-up threat. So it seems good.
There is absolutely no way you just sat up here and praised Emmanuel Quickly all of a sudden out of nowhere for the past 3 minutes after how you were speaking about this man.
I changed my mind when look. First of all off season on all last year, I have defended
in a week, Pin.
Dude, it's not.
You changed your mind in 1 week?
It wasn't a week.
Ox, new information.
I've been on playback with Pin every game except for the day before yesterday.
He's been out on Quickly. He's been out on him.
Look,
I'm talking
to clarify. OG Anunoby was one of my favorite players. When we traded OG Anunoby, I should have been the first person to crash out. The reason I didn't crash out is because I'm also a really big fan of Quickly. I told the fan base, Raptor fan base, calm down. One of the biggest podcasts in the Raptor space is Pinstar Basketball. So I told him, calm down, give Quickly a chance. He's a really good player. And then he came out and he balled out. He got $32 million. I told everybody, this is a little high. $32 million is richer than I would pay. I would probably pay 25, but let's see if he can grow into it. He's a really good player.
Sure.
Last year supported him. He only played 33 games. He rested 10 games. He was really efficient, 38% on his pull-up jump shooting. This year in the preseason, I felt like he was ball hogging like crazy. His decision-making sucked. He couldn't make a three, and he keeps passing to RJ Barrett like he's a superstar. Every time that Ingram is open and Barrett is open and Barnes is open, he will always pass to RJ, and I don't get it. It's their New York connection.
3 people open at once.
It can happen if the defense collapses that much, and like
maybe
sometimes
I got you.
Maybe
exactly. And RJ Barrett, they're treating RJ Barrett like Ben Simmons from 3, and just because he's open doesn't mean that's a good idea. So I would rather Ingram take a 3 over one defender than RJ take an open 3 sometimes. So my point,
do that. No.
Well, Ingram is a really good player, dude. So I guess my point is sometimes I get sick and tired of Scotty getting looked off on an early seal as RJ Barrett barrels into the paint, because RJ Barrett hasn't been good over this winning streak. He hasn't been great. He was great to start the year. He was hitting his threes, but then he went, you just brought up the Tyus Jones stat. RJ Barrett went like 3 games without, like, I think went 0 for 12 from 3. Like, teams are just leaving him open. It's hurting the defense. And honestly, defensively, he's getting very compromised. Last night, when the Sixers were making a comeback, quickly is pointing to RJ Barrett. Your man cutting. VJ Edgecombe. RJ just jogging back, jog back. So yeah, look, the point here is Emmanuel quickly has turned a corner. He's playing way better. He's playing off the ball. I love what he's doing. He's awesome. And I've supported him for 95% of his Raptors tenure. 5% that you're mentioning, I apologize. Well,
if you're telling the truth, you shouldn't apologize, Pin.
I do know, and I see what you were looking at, Mars, with Tyrese Maxey in the shot creation, and I think that when he comes off those screens, those DHOs, I think he's already decisive about what he's going to do. I'm getting downhill. It's going to be a snatch back. I'm getting downhill. It's going to be a cross and a pull up. I'm getting downhill, and it's going to be me creating some space once you bump me. I'm going to do that. When you got him one-on-one on the wing, you got him one-on-one on the right wing or on the left wing, or even at the top, he's either calling for a screen or he's indecisive on what he wants to do, because I don't think that he has, in terms of one-on-one stuff, I don't think that he has something that he has to get to. He needs that assistance of coming off screens. He needs that assistance of DHOs in action like that, cross action, which is crazy to me, because he's a really good ball handler. Once he comes off that DHO, he's a really good ball handler. Once he comes off that cross screen, he's a really good ball handler in the way he snatches back and he creates that kind of space. But I do see what you're looking at in terms of shot creation when he's one-on-one, whether it's on the right wing or at the top of the key. I see what you're looking at.
All right, y'all, we are going to move on to the next game. We don't necessarily got to speak too much into this game, but we do have to shout out the Oklahoma City Thunder for getting a win against the Sacramento Kings.
Yes, we do.
113 to 99.
Yes, we do.
The Thunder are now 15-1. The Kings are now 3-12. SGA got his nightly 33. He got 33, 8 rebounds. Chet Holmgren, 21 points, 7 rebounds. For what?
Just seems like he's getting his rhythm back.
You know, there was a crazy stat that Bronny James had played more fourth quarters than SGA.
Yeah.
Has he played more? He's played more minutes in the fourth, or
he's played more. He's played in more fourth quarters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ron, I definitely think that because this is what happens when you got great teams and they're doing great things. Like, people get bored and talking about them, and it goes by the wayside. I mean, they shut the door on Sacramento, and this is a pro basketball team, by the way. This isn't a college team on exhibition. They shut the door on them dudes in the third quarter. Shut the door on them, held them to 19 points, and basically I think that's where the game turned. I think this season SGA has yet to play an entire. Well, I think he's got 3 or 4 games.
He did play in the fourth quarter yesterday, so that's
what I'm saying is that I think we've got 3 or 4 games where he's played the entire fourth quarter, and he's still averaging 30 a game, by the way. Right. So with that being said, I still haven't seen this team when they got their whole crew. I'm real eager to see what this team is gonna look like when they have their whole crew. Only 2 teams.
Well, you talking about us or them?
I'm talking about Oklahoma City. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Oklahoma City, because I can promise you Keegan Murray is not that. No.
I do want to see Keegan play. Zach LaVine doesn't look healthy.
Keegan Murray,
I don't think Zach LaVine should be playing.
Ox jumps off to be like, Keegan Murray's here. Here we go. No, relax.
We'd have 6 wins if Keegan was here.
Oh, congratulations. Can we acknowledge Chet Holmgren's better than Evan Mobley?
Yep. He is.
Just come to that unanimous agreement.
Can we acknowledge that Wemby's injury possibly puts Chet Holmgren into DPOY favorite territory?
It's not possible. It's absolutely done that. But can we acknowledge Chet's the better player? Just unanimously on the panel?
Yup. I'm there. I've come to the conclusion, and this is a sad conclusion, show, but I think Evan Mobley is pretty soft. And that is not something that I thought he was going to say, but like, I just didn't think he was soft coming into this year. But watching him timid to dribble and shit.
I'm actually on record saying that I would much rather him be a face-up big than a back-down big, because as a back-down big, it just doesn't work. What I mean when I say that swipe, what I mean when I say that swipe is I'd much rather him operate in the mid-post. I'd much rather him operate at the mid-range. I don't really like him operating on the box in terms of being a bruiser, in terms of being a back-down big, because the handle isn't tight enough. Not only is the handle not tight enough, it's gangly. He's gangly. He gets pushed off his spots a lot more than I would like for him to do. His shot selection, which bugs me out, still isn't as consistent as I would like it to be. He does not go to that jump hook as much as he should. He finishes around the rim. He does finish around the rim, but as of right now, I will concede to you guys. Chet Holmgren.
Hold on, though, Chill. Because is he soft? Is it like a soft mentality, or is he just not physical? Like, is he soft physically, like not strong enough, not enough girth, not heavy enough, or is he just like mentally not aggressive? Like, what are we talking about
to
here?
be honest with you, because he actually got stronger this season. He got bigger this season, but he still gets pushed around. He still gets knocked off his spots. And I do accept the fact that he's young. I think he's 22, 23, something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's 23, something like that. But with that being 23, 24, something like that. But with that being said, he still isn't where I think he should be. And I know that, some people's expectations are different.
He was all NBA last year, Joe.
Second team All NBA. He should be better around the rim. He 100% should be better around the rim. That jump shot should be more consistent. I do like him shooting the 3-ball, but I don't like him shooting it in certain spots in the game. I think he'll settle for it instead of actually getting downhill. But that goes back to him being a little softer than I thought a little softer than I think in terms of him being tough. With that also being said, I mean, he's still a great defender. With that being said, he's still a great finisher around the rim. But I think that Chet in Oklahoma City, I think that they put him in the space that makes him thrive in that role that he's in. Now, to your point, Miles, in terms of a skill set, I do think that there's more there when it comes to Chet Holmgren than it is Evan Mobley. But I do think that the stuff that Evan Mobley does, I do think that is comparable to Chet Holmgren. So as of right now, I do think he's playing better than Evan Mobley. Is he better than Mobley right now?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that Chet Holmgren's not. He's not a 60% free throw shooter, but I also don't think
Mobley's and that matters, yo. That kind of stuff shooter. Definitely matters.
Like, you're getting to the line more than ever, and you're Shaquille O'Neal right now. 60% from the free throw line.
The whole team couldn't make a free throw yesterday, though.
I understand that, but
he missed 4 of them, Miles. When we were on a comeback, they were down 20. They had cut the lead. They had cut the lead to 6. He gets to the strike. That's huge to miss 4 of them in a row. When we're trying to get back in the game.
Free throws.
What is a good free throw percentage for a power
big
forward? Yeah, for a power forward.
You should be able to make 3 out of 4 free throws.
74% and above.
74. Okay.
You should be able to make 3 out of 4 free throws.
So we're saying the same thing, right? But Evan Mobley is also a good shooter. Like, I think everyone who watched Evan Mobley, everyone who watched Evan Mobley for the Compton Magic could tell you that dude can shoot. Like, he was wetting threes in high school. So there's not a guy who lacks...
That 3-point line is way closer, though, Ben. That's way different.
No. I hear you, but at least we know that he has good touch.
Yep.
Like, he's not a non-shooter. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing like. But for someone to get to the line 8 times a game per 100 possessions, 8 times per 100 possessions.
Yep.
15 games, 60% is nuts, right? Like, especially for a guy who's been consistently above 70%. Now, he's never been a dominant free throw shooter. He's not Chet Holmgren from that range, but to go to 60%, that's really hurting you. I also think not having Darius Garland in the lineup is hurting him a lot.
Absolutely. Too. They need Max Strus as well.
Yes, the spacing that Max, like so many of their games, like I think because Cleveland is so insanely deep and a lot of their depth is new to us, like Max Strus, Jalen Tyson kind of emerging. Some of their best shooters will open up driving lanes for Evan Mobley. And I think with Mobley, a lot of what can be said for Mobley can be said for Giannis. I'm not comparing them as players, but I'm saying the same things that one needs, the other needs as well. He needs wider angles, and those shooters being on the court, even Lonzo, Darius Garland, Jalen Tyson, Max Strus, all these guys will create pockets of space for him to attack. I think right now his handle isn't good enough. He's not physical enough. And as you said, like, there's one part where when he tries to back someone down, he can't move them. But the other part is I genuinely think he's soft. Like, I feel like if he just wanted to put his head down and just go attack the basket, make free throws, this to me is a mentality thing. And, he's fading. He's fading in the big moment.
This year he is shooting 53% from 2. He's shooting 34% from 3, or 34.8, 60% from the free throw line. Whereas Chet, which is why his shooting is so insane this year, Chet is shooting 71.6% from 2, 38.5% from 3, and 86% from the line. He is just getting outballed when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Plus, Chet is just a better defender than Evan Mobley. I don't think Evan's soft, but he's just not physical. He doesn't have that look in his eye of contact, because soft is like running from contact. Chet is just not an initiator of contact. I'm not Chet. Mobley's not an initiator of contact.
So when he goes up, you don't think he's fading away a little bit from contact?
I don't. Soft is a big word to use. I think for like, I've used soft before, but like soft is like more like you just some really. Yeah. I don't think he's soft. I just don't think he is also on the other end physical. So therefore, if you're not physical and you're playing versus people that are naturally physical, you will struggle because you have to bring that out of you, and bringing that out of you is not as something as innate as it is for other people. I think physicality is innate for a lot of people. I want to be physical.
You're a football player, right? So there's a lot of football players that play basketball that are insanely physical. Jalen Suggs, Allen Iverson. I think about that as a aversion to contact. Now, I think like you guys having been high-level athletes, most of you could probably attest to the fact that there's some guys who do really, really well with contact, right? Like when you get hit, you don't fall away from it. You don't get off tilt. There's some guys who just don't deal well with contact. You hit them and they're just not the same anymore, right? So I think that soft and physical are on two spectrums, and one is very much like, how does your body respond to getting hit?
Yep.
Like, do you play through it? Do you invite the contact? There's some guys who lean into that. I think soft is more of a mental thing, i.e., do you stop being assertive when you miss 2 shots?
Like Brandon Ingram.
Well, no, there's the thing too, though. It's like when you see a rebound in the air or a bounce, and it's if a opposing player is going for the ball, you can see people that are like, like I'm not gonna go get the ball because I don't want to get hit. Like that's different than getting hit and not being strong enough to absorb the contact. And that's why I'm asking y'all. Like you can see a guy like if Evan Mobley's going to the rim and Jalen Duren, hits him with the forearm and he comes off balance, that's not soft. That's just not being strong enough. But if in the same game, if the ball's in the air and Beef Stew's going for the rebound and he or a loose ball and he sees him coming and he kind of slows his feet up, that's soft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there's a difference. And I think we just call people soft if they're skinny or, you know what I mean? Like Kevin Durant's not soft
at all.
Neither is Chet.
Yeah, Chet's a guy who's seeking contact. And I even be with Chet like, could you please relax a little bit, bro? You're gonna break a.
Chet doesn't know he weighs 196. He doesn't know that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think Chet realizes like, you're gonna get hurt out here. But
Penn, when I said Brandon Ingram being soft, I went to go see him when he was younger, and that's what he kind of gave me. He gave me a soft vibe. Now, I think that's changed over the years. I do think that he's toughened up, but early on in his career, he kind of struck me as a soft player. Now when you Swiper, you're talking about in terms of physicality, Ron, I'm thinking about whether we can play however you want to play. You want to bring the fight to me? I can play like that. I am going to bring the fight to you too. That's what I'm thinking about when I think about physicality. I don't think Evan Mobley brings the fight. He tries to, but he's just I don't think he's tough enough to. And that was one of my biggest issues with the Cleveland Cavaliers at this moment. And again, I said that
they don't got any Bulldogs on their team. I mean, outside Alonzo.
I said that.
I'm gonna jump into this. I'm gonna jump into this game because we've been talking about Evan Mobley, but I want to talk about the game as a whole. Yep. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Houston Rockets played last night, and the Cavaliers was getting their ass kicked for majority of the game. Mm-hmm. As you guys spoke on, they tried to make a comeback, but it just wasn't enough. On the road, the Rockets went into Cleveland and won by a score of 114-104. The Houston Rockets are now 10-3. The Cleveland Cavaliers 10-6. Mm-hmm. And also, the Rockets are hot right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak as well, just like Toronto. And in this game, Şengün, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Yep. He's off to a spectacular start. Mm-hmm. Kevin Durant, only 20 points, but shout out KD. On the other end, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell was only able to tally 21 points, and DeAndre Hunter actually led the Cavs in scoring with 25 points. Evan Mobley, 18, 6 rebounds, 7 of 13 from the field.
Donovan Mitchell scored like all his points in the fourth, so shout out to him. making his box score look better than he played.
Yeah, don't let that box score fool you. It was not like that. No, it wasn't.
The Cavs offense just doesn't move me, and I guess this like vindicates Swiper somewhat. They need Darius Garland. That's where I'm at. They need Darius Garland. I also think them losing Jordan Ott to Phoenix is a big deal. From everything I've heard about Cleveland, he was the mastermind of a lot of their movement and cutting. And you watch them now, there's a reason why their 3-point rate has skyrocketed. I think a lot of their movement has dissipated in the loss of Garland and Jordan Ott. This offense is just, it looks like Donovan Mitchell saved me offense. It looks like the Cavs playoff offense, and I just don't like it. And it lends to great numbers for him. He's averaging 13. I'm not saying he's the problem, but I just don't feel like their offense is close to as potent as it was last season. And I don't know where they rank, but it's just, it doesn't, I don't think this Cavs team needs to figure it out. I don't like what I'm watching when I watch Cleveland play.
I know that they're 9th in defense, but I mean, this sounds to me like the James Harden effect. What's going on in with the Clippers with James Harden? But the difference with Cleveland last night, I thought that zone defense just completely dismantled them because they didn't have
zone has been bad. Like if you can't score against the Rockets zone, because the Rockets zone, like any Rockets fan will tell you, like that zone has been like the biggest complaint from Rockets fans, and I just watched it stifle a team that was the best.
Shut the door on them last night.
Like not relative, but just pure raw offensive rating was like the best offense ever last year. And this is a team that is being stifled offensively by one of the, in my opinion, worst zones in basketball. I don't like it.
I think the biggest issue with that, I think the biggest hole in the zone, Ox, was in the middle of the zone. And I found Evan Mobley flashing to the top of the key, and I found him flashing to the free throw line. But then I see him getting into the paint, but firing the ball out to Dean Wade, who won't shoot the ball when he's open. When I see him firing the ball out to Porter, who will shoot, when in reality, he's the one open. And if he's the one open in the middle of that, he's the one wide open, Moss. He's the one that's wide open. And he's the one who should be shooting the basketball at the mid post and at the free throw line. Because if he's shooting that, what ultimately happens is now the zone collapses. And with the zone collapsing, now you can get those guys the basketball and they got better looking shots. But it's like his offense, in terms of his scoring, he doesn't look to be as aggressive as he can be in that. And then this goes back to that soft mentality. And I'm thinking something's going on with him where, like this 18, this 19, it's almost like I'm going to come in, I'm going to punch the clock, I'm going to get 18, and then I'm good. After that, I'm not going to do anything.
Sounds like you're describing DeAndre Ayton.
It's very interesting.
But like, go ahead.
Sorry. It's so interesting you brought up Jordan Ott, because there are 3 assistant coaches. Well, there are many assistant coaches, but really 3 specifically that come to mind that have been plucked away from good teams. And those teams have gone right to bad. The Sacramento Kings losing Jordy Fernandez. I feel like that hurt, right? I think the Memphis Grizzlies losing Darko Rajakovic to the Raptors 3 years ago, I feel like that triggered a downward trend for them. And I definitely think this Cleveland Cavaliers team and the teams that actually hired those guys, I feel, apart from Jordy Fernandez's awful Nets, have done really well in that situation. And I think Jordan Ott is doing such a good job with the Phoenix Suns. They are
with all the respect to Jordy, and I love Jordy. That has nothing.
I think the Kings have a lot of problems that might stem beyond that. But I gotta be the one. I gotta be the one to say this, as I've been the biggest glazer of Lonzo Ball. I love the defense. I love the passing. I love everything. If you're not gonna make shots, it's gonna become a problem. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like everything else you're doing, the feel for the game, the pushing the pace in transition, the finding your bigs when they have seals in the paint, all of that stuff is great. You can't just keep shooting 20% from 3 or whatever you're shooting. Like that just can't keep happening. So, Lonzo, make some shots, please, buddy.
All right, fellas. The last game we're going to touch for this fast breakdown is the Denver Nuggets and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Nuggets handled the Pelicans 125-118.
Handled is
the Nuggets won, they won against the Pelicans. They are now 11-3, and the Pelicans are 2-13.
Did Jokic
for the Denver Nuggets?
Did he get it?
Quadruple double?
Yeah, one turnover.
One turnover away. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been his first.
20. So Jokic had 28 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists, 9 turnovers though. Peyton Watson had, Swiper, you can speak into this, best game of his career. 32 points, 12 rebounds.
Offensively.
Scoring game, best scoring game for sure. He was popping out from 3 too. He was great.
So shout out Peyton Watson. Off the bench, I got to give some love to Valanciunas. 14 points, 7 rebounds, in only 16 minutes. Good work, big fella.
Bruce Brown.
Also, Bruce Brown. What?
Yeah, Bruce Brown played well.
Oh, 12 points.
He was
12
good, yeah, he
points.
was good.
Yeah. Shout out Bruce
Yeah,
Brown.
Valanciunas came in and hit 2 middies to put the game away when Jokic fouled out of the game. The last foul wasn't whatever, but.
Man, this game is about Derek Queen, man.
Derek Queen was great.
This game is about Derek Queen.
Ox, there's a reason why the Denver Nuggets told Valanciunas, keep your ass right here. You ain't going nowhere. I don't think so, sir. Nope.
Held his ass hostage, kidnapped.
Nope.
Just kidnapped.
Sir, we have a
It is
contract.
also a reason
right here. You ain't going nowhere.
why the Pelicans said we don't give a damn about this pick next year. We want the kid Derek Queen. And he showed us tonight at center against the best center in the league, who a lot of people believe is the best player in the league, who a lot of people believe is an all-time great. Shout out to Derek Queen. He showed his value. He showed his potential. 30 points last night, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 12 or 18 from the field. Elite feel, elite touch. Thoughts on this, fellas?
Knowing what you know now,
he got some bop to him.
Would he get top 5, top 6 consideration in this coming draft? Because if he would, then it doesn't
redrafts after 15.
Yeah,
games.
can we just talk about the game, please? Goodness gracious,
I'm not doing all that. But
he was really
know
good
about
yesterday. I like. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
It's not a redraft.
Yeah, I think he was
Let's go
great.
Next year's draft, because that's what.
Oh,
they
no,
did
I'm-
away
I'm just saying though, Pin.
Well,
It's
he'd
like
be what,
once
22
again
at that point, 21.
with the whole trade thing though. It's just like I think it's one of those things we just gotta just hold on for it because it's
it might work out.
Yeah, it might. Zion came back yesterday. That was also cool. But yeah, I think Derek Queen, because I was pessimistic about pessimistic is the right word. I had my concerns about how he fit Derek Queen just in the NBA, whether or not he could play the 5, whether he was a 4, but did he have the mobility on defense to play the 4? I didn't know. I thought his offensive skill set was unique, but I didn't know if it was going to lend itself to fitting in if you weren't building around him. But the talent is evident. I've compared him to Şengün maybe every time I brought him up, because I just think the ability to drive as a big from the outside, the only other big I see really do that. Jokic just started doing that this year. He started facing up more. But in years past, the only big I've seen who's really initiating from the outside and driving downhill is Alperen Şengün. His interior passing is really good, and that's something that I think shows high feel and understanding of the game. And when you're able to make interior reads, rim assists, all of that good stuff. And he's not an explosive leaper, but he's agile and he's got strength and he's like a bowling ball downhill. So he has functional athletic traits that do provide value defensively. I don't think
got a couple good dunks last night, Mars.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's good. I still want to see it more. I want to see where this is really going. But my bigger thing is, I said it yesterday on Twitter, and some people are saying Zion just starts seasons slowly in general, which I'm not arguing against. I think Zion was better when he was bigger. That's just my opinion.
Could be. And
I said that when all the weight loss stuff came out, I was like, maybe you've just taken away one of his biggest superpowers, which was the strength at that size and the ability to power through people. He's shooting sub 50% from the field, and we know every shot he takes is in the paint. I think you've taken away one of Zion's superpowers to get him in quote unquote better shape. It's maybe
to look more like a basketball.
Yeah, maybe that's not what's best for
and
Zion.
He's still missing games too.
To provide impact. Yeah, and he's still having lower body injuries and soft tissue injuries. So it's not like you've necessarily solved that, because at the end of the day, soft tissue is going to happen. So it's I don't know. I just think, and I'm not saying Zion needs to balloon up and wait to get better now. I'm not saying do that. But what I am saying is I think maybe it's not about looking like a basketball player more so than being on the court and playing well. And Zion last year played well when he was on the court. So
Swipe, I didn't watch I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the Denver New Orleans game yesterday, so I can't speak to it. You saw it. Was Joker dealing with, was that his matchup? Queen?
Yeah.
Was that his matchup?
Yeah,
he was getting fried. He was getting fried.
Yeah, I think Derek is very twitchy, and that's probably the best way to describe it. He's very twitchy, and I think he was. Yeah, Jokic said, he even said after the game, he said that that's probably one of the things that he most noticed about him, because obviously every time he plays versus a rookie big, they ask him about it.
Yeah.
And he said that he has a very unique way that he moves, and so he would he would be at the baseline, he would give him a little wobble tween, and then even just at the top of the key, he's just a little unorthodox, and so Jokic had some difficulty staying in front of him. And so he had a really good game. I think he made a couple threes yesterday. Well, I think he made maybe 3, 4.
Couple mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, a couple mid-range jumpers.
Yeah.
Flat-footed mid-range jumpers, mind you. So they were stationary ones. I think Queen looks really good, man. And this is just for me personally. One of the things that Queen, even Jane Borrego, Brego, correct? Yeah.
Brego, yeah.
They asked him before the game about Queen and Jokic, and Queen, he noted that Jokic has been one of his favorite players, kind of somebody who he built his game around. Mm-hmm. So that was his second time getting to play him. And he just talked about this idea going and attacking him, and sure. You want to make sure that this is not 2K, go actually play against him. And Jokic brought up after the fact that he shows love to bigs that are holding their own and that are playing really well, and so. I mean, he looked really good yesterday. I understand what Joe Dumars sees in him. But the first, I still wouldn't have made the same trade they made. But they have not just Derek Queen. Ebe Misi's also, I think, good. Ebe just didn't get a lot of time. Well, obviously, your boy Jeremiah Fears is good.
I believe they've won this draft, and I think
more than the Hornets.
No, the Hornets won this draft.
Yeah. So hold on, the Hornets. It's Concanippal and
Ryan Cockbrenner.
Yeah.
They
and
are
Liam
lapping the Hornets.
They're
crazy,
I'm
Ryan?
telling you.
No way.
But what you factor
You
what
don't
was
like
given up?
Cockbrenner this much.
Yes, I do.
Okay, no, he
Okay.
does. He actually does. When you factor in also what was given up, they got Sion in the second round. They got Kalkbrenner in the second round.
Did get Sion
right at the beginning of the second round. They got Cohn with their 4th pick. They didn't trade picks to get these guys.
Right.
They haven't compromised their future while being one of the worst teams in the league to then get Derek Queen. So when you look at it just on draft night, what the Hornets did with what they had versus what the Pelicans did with what they had, I would very strongly say, and also I think Con now has been better than Derek Queen too. So there's that. And
okay, so you can say that, Mars. If that is the case, I'll concede the Hornets won the draft. But I do believe that in terms of just talent and players, I think when we look 10 years from now, we're gonna say, damn. The Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. The thing with them is him though. It's gonna come down to I'll just be honest with you. The way the Nuggets came to the game yesterday, it was 10-23 start the first quarter. They rolled into the game like they were just gonna they were just, and Jokic was just.
It's the Hornet. I'm sorry, it's New Orleans.
He was just throwing the ball wherever. So some of this is gonna come down to can Queen defensively? I think. Can they build the team around him to really to make it sustainable long term? Because he's not big yet. Now he's a baby, so he'll get bigger as he gets older, and I think get more sound defensively. But man, I love the touch he had, and again, I think Ebe Misi's really good. If they just would have had Ebe Misi from last year, that would be a good rotation. But they got Ebe Misi, they got him and Zion and Jeremiah Fears and Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. They really shouldn't be as bad as they are, hopefully, by the time they get to next year, because they have some really good pieces to build around. But I like his game, man. I thought he looked good. I thought Trey Murphy looked good again last night. He's been kind of up and down, for a lot of this year. But like I said, shout out to Peyton Watson. He had a really good game offensively. The defense was horrible last night, but I just think the last 2 games they've kind of just been walking through the fields.
For the record,
Superstar Zion would have saved this team.
Really quickly, the dude in the chat who said, "Imagine Shaq letting a rookie give him 30." Just so you know, Lonzo put 30 on Shaq his rookie season. Yeah, 30-9 against him as a rookie.
We spend so much time dissecting how a person looks that we don't sometimes realize certain players actually play better, heavier, and are actually healthier, heavier. Not everybody should be 8% body fat. Some guys should be 8% body fat, 10% body fat, but some guys probably play their best and feel their best at around 18, 19% body fat. Now, again, for somebody who went through all those body fat, tests when I was younger, obviously I was always thinking 10% or under, 10% or under. And if I came in at 15%, I was thinking, shit, I ate too much ice cream this summer. But I'm realizing now as I get older and I read more about it, there really are players who just play better at Derek Queen size. What Zion was playing at as a rookie, before his injury, at Duke, that's probably the right place for him. Right now, I think he's gone too far overboard trying to please everybody and make because he's got all those weight clauses and, stuff in his contract. I think he's gone too far and he's taken away, as Mars said, like what was the best part of him, which is he could move people. He can't move people anymore. And I think right now they're a superstar Zion away from being a pretty sneaky good team in the West.
All right,
Zion's trying to
fellas.
finish over people instead of through people now, and it's ruining everything.
He's undersized. He's an undersized 4 now.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We gotta move on. We're gonna get into these crunch time chats. After we do this, we have our power rankings. They are ready, they are set, and I can't wait to reveal them to you guys. Our first power rankings of the season, November power rankings, a month into the season. It should be good. But as of right now, you guys sent through some super chats, so let's see what y'all talking about. The first one is from Jalen King. Jalen said Şengün definitely jumped since definitely made a jump since Ime became the head coach. Needs to be talked about more. Ignore that Allen poster. Ooh. Also, 11 teams in the East are above 500. Only 8 for the West. Noticing.
I wonder if it's because teams in the East play other teams in the East.
They also play other teams in the West too.
Yep.
So we clear on that.
The West once again has a better record against the East and vice versa this season. Early on, but we'll see. Also, Şengün is last year I think he made the All-Star team by default because he was on a 2 seed, and I didn't think it was very deserved. This year he's playing at an All-NBA level, and like there's no question about that. He's defensively, he's still been really good. Offensively, he is still the primary playmaker, decision maker on this team. Amen Thompson is a point guard because someone has to be listed there. But if you watch the games, Amen Thompson will bring the ball past half court. They're getting to horns and they're throwing the ball to Şengün and they're running offense. Like that's really what's happened. So Şengün's initiating and
he will initiate some offense, not
sometimes, sometimes, but more often than not. Actually, Şengün actually brings the ball past half court quite often as well. Like so, Şengün is like their point center. And then defensively, he's still doing a lot. And then the scoring stuff, the offensive rebounding. You could make the argument Şengün's been Houston's best player. That's how good he's been. That's not a knock on Kevin.
I can get with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's not a knock to Kevin Durant. That's just a testament to how good Şengün has been. That you could make the argument Şengün just this season alone, not he's a better player than Kevin Durant. Just the 15 games or whatever Houston have played, you can make the argument Şengün's been Houston's best player. And they're a legitimate 3 seed, I think. 3 seed. Early on in the season. So yeah, he's been amazing.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Savon Van Muzon. My man Van said, "Does Denny clear Franz?"
Clears is a hell of a word. I also the super chat earlier from DSG talking about Tamani on the last play. I think that's more on Denny for being in no man's land than Tamani. But offensively, I like Denny. I think Denny's cool. I don't think he's better than Franz though.
I don't think he's better than him neither.
I think him being used as a point guard the last few games has definitely helped with the points, rebounds, and assist stuff. I still think he doesn't play with like the level of pace that Franz does. I don't think he's as under control as Franz is. I think he's way worse defensively than Franz is. But like his ability to get out in transition, his ability to get to the rim, and then obviously the passing stuff is cool. But I do feel like he gets sped up way too often in comparison to Franz. But I think Denny's like a fringe all-star caliber player, but definitely doesn't clear Franz, not in my opinion.
Mars, if you set up that play last night where Kamara's on the weak side, who was covering? I forgot the point guard. That's his name. That was covering Kobe White.
Denny's was on Kobe White.
So I thought it was the other guy. I'm sorry.
I might be wrong. I'll rewatch.
And the dark skinned dude. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name. Plays for the Trailblazers. He's on the guy in the corner. Kamara's on the weak side. Not only is Kamara on the weak side, Grant is on the weak side also. What should have transpired with Denny? Like Denny, because he's got to cover the long ball line too, and he's got somebody over there. Because Vooch isn't over there.
Kevin Huerter.
Yeah, he's guarding Kevin Huerter. So Vooch isn't over there yet. So where should he have been in your estimation? Because I'm watching.
Okay, let me pull the play up. So let me just get the matchups right.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm watching it. Bear with me.
Because he can't help. Because the guy in the corner can't help off of his guy. Because when Kobe White comes downhill, he can't do it. Because he could just kick right to the corner and he's end up being open. So he can't.
Okay,
do
so
that.
we have Chris Murray on Kobe White. So I was right about that. And then you got, I think that's Sissoko in the corner.
Sissoko, that's the
Trunks in
guy.
corner with Buzelis.
Yep.
You have Jeremy Grant on Josh Giddey in the corner.
Yep.
Tamani on Vucevic and Denny on Kevin Hurt. When Kobe White goes downhill and he spins, Tamani is in help position to contest. Yep. Josh Giddey then cuts baseline, so Jeremy Grant has to follow the cut because that's basketball 101, which means that Vucevic is now going to be left alone because Tamani's going to come over to help. So typically what you would have is Denny would have to split the difference between Kevin Hurt and Vucevic. But instead what he does is he's ball watching and he's staying only in line with Kevin Hurt. So he doesn't even see Vucevic behind him when his responsibility, once Tamani comes over to help protect the rim, is to split the difference so that Tamani and him can X out if the pass is made. But because he's not in position to split the difference, when the pass goes over to Vucevic, who lifts from the corner to the wing, he's like, I'm watching the play right now. He doesn't even know what's going on behind him. He's just staring at Kobe White. So then he's like a split second late, and in the NBA, a split second late on a big who can shoot the three, you're not going to get a hand up in time. You're not going to be able to contest. So it's more so, in my opinion, on Denny than it is on Tamani. But Tamani, I still have my gripes with him defensively overall. But this last play, I would say, is more so on Denny and his awareness. So, yeah.
All right, I got a super chat from Astro Boy. Astro Boy said, could we get an early season top 10 players? You can make the case that all the OGs are outside or at the tail end of that list. Astro Boy, we will get you a top 10 players just because you requested. Next Thursday, I got you. We are going to do our early season top 10, 15. We'll figure something out, but I got you. We're going to get it to you.
I could get with that.
But thoughts on the OGs?
Well, if you think about
you heard my super hot take the other day.
Yeah.
If you think about
we'll just have to see.
The 10 best players in the game as of right now. So Giannis, Joker, SGA, Luka, Wemby, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Curry, Jalen Brunson. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out.
So Ant and Donovan Mitchell are just way better than Devin Booker, to where they can both be top 10 and Devin Booker's just not even.
No, I think I think he's right. I think he's in that space. Like if Devin Booker is 10, I think Donovan Mitchell is 12. That's where I think that they are. I don't think that they're that.
I want to know where's Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
I think he's
where's Cade
I definitely think he's in this conversation. No doubt about that. Yes.
Jalen Brunson.
Why are you putting me on?
My bad. I wasn't supposed to be you.
But that's where I'm at
next Thursday.
That's where I'm at, Mars, with both Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and Anthony Edwards. If Anthony Edwards is 6, I think Donovan Mitchell is 8, or Donovan Mitchell is 5. If Devin Booker is 7, I think if Devin Booker is 10, I think Anthony Edwards is 8. And I think Donovan Mitchell is right next to. I think those guys are relatively close to each other. I don't think they're that far away from each other at all.
Okay.
All right. The next super chat I got is from. Hold on. Where was the one I wanted? Hello 55. Hello 55 said Swipe is still salty about 2013. LOL. Smiley face. Damn. 43-8.
We would have stomped y'all too, Swipe. Yeah, we would have whooped y'all ass too.
Oh, what? Oh, so
this is a Super Bowl from 2013.
Yep.
Yeah, the Broncos have 3 of the 5 worst Super Bowl losses ever since from the 80s up till 2013.
At least you made it that many times.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks know nothing about this. That's why that doesn't mean anything to me.
By the way,
the Broncos have been to 8 Super Bowls. And since that was tied for Dallas Cowboys, the Steelers, and somebody else,
90s, man.
And the Broncos have won a Super Bowl sooner than the Seahawks have in 2015. So, why would I feel bad? They went back 2 years later and dominated.
Ron, I don't know if you noticed, but that 43-8 winning that y'all had against them. Do you know that the Denver Broncos, they got the worst loss in Super Bowl history? You know who that is too?
49ers.
55 put it on them.
And Jerry Rice says
55 on their ass. Yes, sir. Smoked them dudes.
The Giants too. They played the Giants. They got dog walked.
Yes, sir.
That was the Morton days.
All right, the next super chat I got is from none other than Anna Monica Studios. Anna Monica Studios said, "Hey Mars, does James Harden's playoff streak end this season? Also, Kawhi better be planting some trees right about now."
Leon, it's not looking good for his playoff streak. If I were to put money on will James Harden make the playoffs? My money would be on no right now. I'll say that. My money would be on no.
So James Harden showed up the same year Curry did in 2009. Is that correct? So we're looking at 16 or 17 straight years he's been in the playoffs.
17. Yeah.
They're going to make the playoff this year.
I'll be surprised if they.
So.
Well, I think I had them at 6 before the season started. That's where I had them at, and I think I had them missing the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they're going to win they're going to go on a streak of winning 13 out of 20 or something like that.
I hope
be
so.
in the playoffs. Yeah.
Resurrecting your season requires focus.
Didn't you tell me, Mars, that they had a similar season a couple of years ago where they started at the bottom?
Yeah, they started 3-10 in like 2023 or something.
Finished like top 4.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that season is over, but if I had to put money on it, I would probably put the money on no, just because they're 11th right now. But
are we running this?
Ideally, I would just leave
Honestly,
it as
chill. Like, does it even matter? Because we look at the top 2 teams in the Western Conference. Does it even matter if you make the play-in? You're gonna face one. You're gonna face one of.
Well, yeah, you're gonna
Denver or
lose in
OKC
round
and
one.
get smoked in round one. Congratulations!
Yes,
It's the ultimate participation trophy.
Well, we don't know if Denver's gonna be the 2 seed. Houston might be the 2 seed.
Yeah,
but
they need to make the playoffs. So I think making the playoffs is important.
And maybe you think you can beat Houston for whatever reason, but also just making the playoffs is
they don't have their pick, right?
Good.
They don't have their pick.
Yeah, OKC have their pick, so making the playoffs is still in their best interest.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into our power rankings. I can't wait to talk about who everybody picked and all of that good stuff. But before we talk about who everybody picked in the power rankings, we got to talk about the better picks. Yes, the actual Splash Sports picks. You can make power picks on here when you just choose anywhere from 2 to 6 players. You will get a player projection. So once again, let's say it's Kevin Durant. Let's say they give you 23.5 points. You choose more if you think KD's going to score more than 23.5 points, or you choose less. And you do that with 2 to 6 players. And at the end of the day, you get a big splash in your bank account. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do this either by clicking the link in the bio and downloading the app or scanning this QR code on the screen. Once again, you will only be competing against fans. You won't compete against the shady house because that's what amateurs do. All right, Big Ox, let's go ahead and make it happen. Also, I want to give a splash of the day to Derek Queen. We spoke about him earlier, but the rookie balled out last night, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. A hell of a performance, and it actually looked better than what the stat line indicated. So I got to give Derek Queen his flowers early on in his career. You get the splash of the day, my man. All right, Big Ox, what you got for us?
Sorry, I was muted, guys. Today,
Ox.
you can't hear me.
Ox,
we can. He's trolling.
Yeah,
he's trolling.
Ox. He just trying to be funny.
Thanks,
we can hear you.
So today we kept it real light, real simple. Big Zoo went with the more for PRA, which is at 30.5 against Orlando. Jalen Suggs, 14.5 points. We took the less on that one. De'Aaron Fox, assists and rebounds. We believe he'll have more than 11.5. That should be pretty simple. And Zach LaVine, definitely going to make more than 2.5 3-pointers today. Took the simple $5, turned it into 60. No big deal. It's easy.
Oh, so you're being a more merchant today.
No, I took the less on Jalen Suggs.
Okay.
We took the less on Jalen Suggs.
Speaking of less, Ox, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no timetable on when Leonard's coming back.
No, that's okay.
Just want to put that out there.
That's it. That's just okay.
Yeah, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I told you before. Like I didn't want him to play more than 45 games this season.
He might not play no more games this season while we both.
Why would he not?
But all right, fellas, we got to get into these power rankings. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna put these on the screen, fellas. Allow me to read 1 through 30. You guys can react. However, let me get through the list, and then
30?
we'll really talk about 1 through 30. Yes, Swipe.
We're
Not 1 through 10. 1 through 30.
We're gonna get through the bottom 10 so fast. If you guys feel like debating the Wizards, then that's on you.
We really don't.
Are you reading 30 to 1 or 1 through 30? Are you going backwards?
I'm gonna read 1 through 30. No, you guys are gonna. I'm gonna put the whole ranking on the screen.
Yep.
Where I'm just gonna read
You
it
can tell
for
this
our
is
audio listeners. For our
No,
audio
not one by
listeners.
one. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
So for our audio listeners, but, I just want to read them to them for the audio listeners, and then we can react to them. But here we go, y'all.
Can I guess mute everybody? Mute everybody, Ron.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna mute myself right now, Ox. That's
it's not hard to just not open your mouth. You just be quiet.
You'd be surprised, Mars.
Hold on. Oh. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get to it. These are the November power rankings. At the top, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't think that's a surprise. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets. Shout out to the Nuggets. They off to a good start to the season, as we projected that they would be. Now, at number 3, this is a huge surprise, but it's not a surprise because this team has been getting busy this season. Yes, we got the Detroit Pistons at 12-2 and at the top of the Eastern Conference. And then we got the Houston Rockets on a 5-game winning streak coming in at 10-3. Shout out to the Rockets at 4. At number 5, I would think that this would be a surprise for everybody, that the Lakers have started off the season this good at number 5. Got to give a big shout out to the Lakers. They are coming in hot, and their record is 11-4. Moving along, we got the New York Knicks. Should they be this high? Maybe, maybe not, but they are this high. So big shout out to the Knicks at number 6. At number 7, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. At 8, the San Antonio Spurs. They're without Wemby. They're without Castle. So we'll see where they fall in the next ranking over this next month. But as of right now, to start out the season, they are number 8. Shout out to them. They're definitely higher than what they were projected to be. At number 9, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. At number 10, there they go, Penn. My bad. I had them tucked away, Penn. I'm sorry. My bad. We got the Toronto Raptors. I'm sure we'll talk about whether they should be higher or lower, but as of right now, they're at 10. That's our top 10 rankings. Now, moving on to 11, we got the Atlanta Hawks. At 12, we got the Golden State Warriors. At 13, the Philadelphia 76ers. At 14, the Miami Heat. At 15, surprisingly, the Phoenix Suns. They're off to a pretty good start. Who would have thought? At 16, the Milwaukee Bucks. At 17, and well, this is the team we've talked about as one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA, and it's because they're ranked 17th in our early power rankings. Then at 18, we got the Boston Celtics. At 19, the Portland Trail Blazers. At 20, the Chicago Bulls. At 21, the Utah Jazz. They played a lot better than most would have expected. At 22, another disappointing team, and this is in large part due to them being 22nd on this list. At 23, well, what do you know? Another disappointing team, the Dallas Mavericks. At 24, the Charlotte Hornets. 25, the Memphis Grizzlies. 26, the Sacramento Kings. 27, the New Orleans Pelicans. 28, the Brooklyn Nets. 29, damn. Boy, they fall. Hey, boy, do they fall. The Indiana Pacers at 29. And at 30, you guessed it, you're not surprised, the Washington Wizards.
Garbage.
Fellas,
trash.
Talk to me about this list. What sticks out? What doesn't? What's not surprising? What is crazy?
Phoenix is too low.
We're better than Memphis and Charlotte. All right, but we're better than Charlotte and Memphis.
Detroit and Cleveland.
Yeah. You spelling Detroit and Cleveland wrong is the only thing that sticks out to me.
Well, that's not the only thing that sticks out to me.
I didn't do that. My little cousin made this list.
I thought so. Shout out to Ron.
Boxing, bro. When I see him, I can't wait.
I didn't do this. Chill. I was delegating. Chat. Come on, y'all know I know how to spell Detroit.
Oh my God.
Spell it.
But also,
what's
forget all that.
On.
Forget about the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, forget about that.
Look. We're better than Charlotte, and we're better than Charlotte, and we're better than Memphis. That's all I got to say.
I think Phoenix is too low. 15 is low for them. If I'm being honest, I think they've had a lot of players that have contributed to winning, and I think they should be like top 12. Personally, I also think the Raptors are too low.
Where's Miami?
Miami's too low as well.
14.
Miami's too low.
14, yeah.
Miami's too low as well.
Ridiculous.
I had them at 16 actually.
That's too low.
Yeah.
Chill, you
Let me see where I had
you are the
Miami.
accomplice.
I think I had Miami at 12.
Yeah, I had them at 16. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had Miami at 12.
And I had Milwaukee higher than that. That's of course before Giannis went.
I messed up.
I had the Bucks at 16.
I had Miami at 17. That's my bad.
Jesus.
I sent this. I'm complaining about my own,
Yeah.
But I had Phoenix at 10, so that is not my fault. But Miami, I apologize. I should have had Miami like closer to 13th. I think I would be lower in Portland.
You for Phoenix being in the top 10. My top 10 is pretty like. I had the Phoenix at 16, so.
I had him at
right
15.
In line with where they are.
I had him right at 15.
And also,
I like Phoenix, but 10
help me understand why Indiana's a worse team than Brooklyn. I mean, they got Ben Mathurin back yesterday. We didn't even talk about it, but shout outs to Ben.
I sent my list 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago.
Fairs.
The reason I said because I had Indiana at 29 and Brooklyn at 28.
30. I think they're the worst team in the league.
Because I think Brooklyn at least have something redeemable in the sense that their offense isn't like the worst thing ever. Indiana just suck them like both sides of the ball. Like both teams suck on both sides of the ball. But like Brooklyn are like slightly more redeeming on offense than Indiana's like, I want to say probably like bottom 5 in both. I think Brooklyn are like 22nd in offense. So at least they do something to like a regular bad level as opposed to like an all-time bad level like Indiana, who are just stinky, especially on offense. Offense is terrible.
So
I'm looking at my power rankings, and I put Dallas at 23 and 26. My bad, Ron. Whoops. So clearly, I
had Dallas at 20.
So
is that
forget?
4?
Who'd you forget, Pin?
I clearly forgot somebody, and I can't tell who's
at
right
24
now.
too. Yeah, I had
Dallas at 24. Yeah.
Pin, because you're a numbers guy, and I know how you feel about numbers. How do you feel about the fact that the Indiana Pacers, they're at the bottom of the league in field goal percentage? When I say at the bottom, I don't mean bottom 5. They're at the bottom of the league in field goal percentage. They're at the bottom of the league in 3-point percentage. They're at the bottom of the league in 2-point percentage. They're at the bottom of the league in steals. They're at the bottom of the league in fouls. They're at the bottom of the league in free throw attempts and free throws. And they're at the bottom of the league in defensive rebounding. They're the worst team in basketball. I'm convinced of that.
They shoot 41% from the field.
Garbage, Mars. It's the worst team in basketball. They are awful.
In 2025, 2026, they shoot 41%.
Garbage. They're the worst team in basketball.
Okay, some of that's got to be variant. They shoot 30. They shoot 30.
It is variance. It is variance.
Yeah, so variance is definitely hurting them.
Their shooters are cold.
Variance is definitely hurting them. But once again, it's a power ranking, so it's only based on what we've seen thus far.
That's it.
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. It could get better. Them and Dallas going back and forth for worst offense in the league, I guess. But yeah, Indiana's not good. Washington are like, once again, another all-time bad team. Yeah.
I don't understand, and you guys know I'm big on Alex Saw. They don't run anything for him. And I watch Washington.
They got to run their pick and rolls with CJ McCollum. That's why.
Unbelievable. They don't run anything from him. And to Mars's point, when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, activate tanking. Give me a break, yo. Give me a break.
I will say I like Alex Saw. I think he's having a good sophomore season. It's nice to see him as he's physically maturing and he's getting better and scoring inside the arc, shooting less threes. I like that. Trey Johnson, I think, is about what you'd expect. He's a shooter off the bench. Doesn't really get to the rim that much. Doesn't get to the free throw line. So you have concerns about like where his scoring upside is, but he can shoot the hell out of the ball. Keyshawn George, I think, is really, really good. Everything else on the roster is just, it means nothing to me.
Like, so Mars, league average shooting percentage like 57% ish.
58.3 last time I checked.
58. Yeah. So here are all the players who are below league average shooting on the Pacers. Pascal Siakam, Andrew Nembhard, Obi Toppin, Jay Huff, Aaron Nesmith, TJ McConnell, Mac McClung, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Jarris Walker, Ben Shepherd, Monte Morris, Cody Martin, Taylor Peter. Basically their entire roster with the exception of Quentin Jackson and Benedict Mathurin, Johnny Furphy, James Wiseman, who they waived after one game, Isaiah Jackson, Tony Bradley.
Anyone who's played more than 10 games is only Isaiah Jackson and Tony Bradley. I will give Pascal benefit of the doubt that he has a very large creation burden on him right now. Also, the fact that he can't make free throws is not helping him. I actually think like his just overall scoring has been fine. So Pascal's getting grace from me. Nembhard, yeah, I don't know what people really expected from Nembhard, to be honest.
I expected MIP, yo. I expected MIP because I mean I have seen games where Halliburton has been out and Nembhard is just taken over, right?
Nembhard is a playoff riser. If it's not the playoffs, he's not gonna make threes. That's the thing. Like people,
did you not see
this
the game
man
against
Nembhard,
like 2 years
this
ago
man
against the
Nembhard
Golden State
shoots
Warriors?
like 30% from 3 in the regular season and then 45 in the playoffs. Like he was never gonna. The efficiency was always gonna be a problem in the regular season, in my opinion.
He's the
Especially now when you're giving him
DeMar
this
DeRozan.
yeah, pretty much a real playoff riser. So you should get more credit for that. But yeah, offensively, it's bad. I feel like maybe me having New Orleans.
Did you expect more from Jay Huff and Jarris Walker too? I feel like again. So
yes, I liked both of those acquisitions, and neither. Well, not acquisition for Jay Huff. I like Jarris Walker having the opportunity to get more minutes. Turns out Jarris Walker can't score, which is definitely not something I anticipated.
I didn't anticipate that either. And I feel like a lot of these teams that are either like phenomenally bad or exceptionally good, like exceptionally good relative to expectations, we're just ascribing the blame to like one or two guys or ascribing the credit to one or two guys. But I think with like the Phoenix Suns, it's been a lot of dudes. It's like 8 guys, 9 guys. And it's like every night, it's like somebody else who's really rising to the occasion. With the Indiana Pacers, it's not on, Tyrese Halliburton. So-and-so is not healthy. Ben Matthews. It's everybody. Everybody sucks. Like most people, most players have sucked. So I think this goes back to a larger point of the intentionality in training camp. They walked into training camp knowing this was going to be a gap year, and I think they're playing like it.
Fellas, they get a top 3 pick, it's going to work out for them amazingly.
Yeah.
I'm throwing this back on the screen one more time.
Boston's low too.
I just want to ask you guys about the top 10. How are we feeling about Detroit and Cleveland up here? The Timberwolves, Raptors. Is there any team that shouldn't be in this group? And is there any team that
Minnesota shouldn't be in this group?
I had the Wolves at 11, but like
they're 10-5 right now.
But the Wolves are literally like who did we say it about the other day?
I'm stupid. I put the Minnesota Timberwolves.
We said it about Memphis. Yeah, we said it about Memphis.
One person at a time,
Memphis
please.
can beat bad teams, but they can't beat good teams. The Timberwolves have the same problem. The difference is their schedule has been light as hell. So they're 10-5. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies are 4-11. If you go through the Minnesota Timberwolves wins and you go through their losses, they beat Portland's opening night in a nip and tuck game. Portland started the season well. We'll say, cool, good win, but they barely beat them. It took Ant masterclass. Credit to them. They then lost to the Lakers. They then beat the Pacers. We just spoke about how much the Pacers suck. They then lost to the Nuggets. Good team. Lost to the Lakers again. They then beat the Hornets. They beat the Knicks. They then lost to the Knicks. They then beat the Jazz, beat the Kings, beat the Jazz, beat the Kings. Literally 4 straight games. Jazz, Kings, Jazz, Kings. Beat all of them. Then they lost to the Nuggets again, beat the Mavs, and they barely beat the Wizards yesterday. Wizards made a crazy comeback and then lost. Like, they don't beat good teams. The only quote-unquote good team they beat was Portland. And that's because Portland started the season fine. Everyone else, they've just had a really easy schedule. And I'm not saying they're going to lose to every good team they play. But early on, I would say...
Has their defense or their offense been more disappointing for you?
Their defense, for sure. Their defense. I think their offense has actually been... I like the Julius Randle. I think he's having a career year. Ant before, he's been slumping like the last couple games. I think Ant was having a good season, especially in the mid-range. Them going with Dante in the starting lineup has been interesting, basically leaning all the playmaking on Julius and Ant.
I just don't know where else they would go given the weaknesses they have, because right now when they put Rob or Conley in the game,
Rob Dillingham has been bad. He's just been bad. There's no other way to hide it. He's just been bad. Mike Conley is just too old. He started yesterday, I believe, but Mike Conley is just too old to provide much outside of being able to make threes.
And they live in a space right now too where they need Julius Randle, but also they need Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert is also hurting them. Like they're in a very weird.
Still says the same stuff as always with Rudy. The defense is great with him on the court, but the offense isn't as great. But then when he's not on the court, you can't guard anyone. So it's like, what do you do? I don't know. It's just I'm not saying Minnesota are bad.
And to be fair, that's a fool's goal to me. That's what it sounds like.
No.
I would say to the question earlier, what's more important? Wins, net rating, efficiency, blah blah blah. This is why I would say, especially early on, wins aren't the end all be all. Minnesota would be like the answer to that question. After playoffs start, at the end of the day, they're going to be in the playoffs playing the Rockets. They're a 6 seed. So, like, at the end of the day, win games. But I would say they aren't as good as 10-5 would suggest they are.
Yeah, they're in an interesting spot because right now they are underperforming based on what they should be doing right now. I think a lot of this comes down to their defense has slid because their structure has slid as a whole. Nas and Julius are a horrible defensive front court. So Rudy gets in there.
What a good rebounding front court, though.
No, it's not. So they're like Nas is not like an upper tier rebounder. Julius is a good rebounder, but Nas is not like a rebounder. And then on the other end of that too, like Jaden has some really good offensive games this year. Ant's obviously been up and down a little bit this year. And I think when they get pressed so far this season, they haven't responded super well. I do think the Wolves are still going to be a top 4 or 5 team, probably 4 in the Western Conference when it's all said and done. But yeah, to start the year off, they have not been the team that they ended to be last year at all.
So
I had them at 11. So
their next 10 games, to Mars's point, I think they can run off 9 of their next 10 games. They got Phoenix, Sacramento, Oklahoma City, Boston, Phoenix, who I think they're going to beat on Friday in the in-season tournament. They're going to beat Sacramento on Monday. They're going to lose to Oklahoma City. I think they beat Boston next Saturday. No Wemby. They're going to beat San Antonio. They're going to beat New Orleans twice. Then they play the Clippers. I think they beat them, and then they're going to beat Phoenix again. I wouldn't be surprised. Yes.
If they go 9-1 in their next 10, I'll be very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they will. I don't know. But if they go 9-1, I'll be very impressed.
And it's because of a favorable schedule. Sure, I can definitely get with that. Definitely because of a favorable schedule.
Phoenix on the road, I think, is a tough game. The Kings, okay, not so much. OKC, yeah, chalk out.
I don't think they're going to beat
But
them.
they might be able to beat OKC. I don't know. I want to see Ant against OKC's defense. I do want to see that. Boston, I think, is going to be a tough game. I think Boston is a team that's way better.
Yeah, they're better in their record.
Suggests,
yeah.
Like, a lot better.
San
Antonio, even without Wemby, I think San Antonio might be decent. So San Antonio, interesting game. New Orleans, yeah, okay, chalk those wins up. The Clippers, we'll see if by that game the Clippers have figured anything out. And then once again, the Suns again. I still think the Suns are okay. Memphis, yeah, okay, not so much. OKC, cool, another loss. And then you get to then you start seeing Milwaukee. Giannis should be back by then. Knicks, Nuggets, Nets, Bulls, Hawks, Miami. Then you start strengthening the schedule, and we'll see how they close out. But they've started off with, I think we said it before the season that Minnesota started the season with one of the easiest schedules. And I think you made us guess what their record would be after like 20, 25 games. Yep. And we all had that with like a very good record because that's
21-5, something nonsense.
Yeah, it was like very friendly at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm. And Penn, to your point about all of those guys on Indiana shooting under 40%, boy, if they had a point guard who can get off the basketball and make some plays for them, I bet you they'd be a lot better, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but he can't make shots for them. And to and I understand your point. Boston is top 10 right now in terms of net rating and SRS. That tells me they're a decent team.
What is SRS for chill? I don't know if he knows what SRS
is. Simple rating system. Mm-hmm. So it takes into account strength of schedule, point differential, and all that stuff. And it just basically gives you an idea of the team's overall strength. And I think it's something interesting happening in the NBA right now. Did you know that Boston is the slowest team in the league?
I did know that. Mm-hmm.
By pace,
they're slower than the Clippers now?
Yes. So
even when they was winning championships, they were
slow. They were slow.
And they were bottom 10 in the year that they won the championship. I want to say that they were 20.
They were 23rd.
They were bottom 10 in the league.
They've been slow for a little while.
They're not a fast-paced team. No, they've never been.
So interestingly enough, this year, here are the top 10 fastest teams in the league. Clearly, Miami, like way up here. Yeah. Portland, Chicago, Dallas, Sacramento, Washington, Memphis, Cleveland, Utah. Only 2 of those teams are above 500. Which is Miami and Cleveland.
Yep.
If you look at the slowest teams in the league, that's Boston above 500, Houston above 500, Philly above 500, San Antonio above 500, OKC above 500, Orlando above 500, Phoenix above 500. We need to slow down. Is this correlation equals causation? Correlation does not equal causation. Can you tell me what is the link between pace of offense and actual success? Because I think it's not like a one stat like explains everything. I think there's naturally like certain teams that should play fast, but I think right now what's happening is there are teams that should be playing slow that are playing too fast.
I'll tell you what, Ron,
I can agree with that.
What it sounded like to me, what Penn said was those guys that play fast, a lot of young teams, right? A lot of young teams that play fast that are prone to mistakes, and those teams that play slower, there are more vet teams that they've been around for a little while. Ron, I already got her over here. I ain't got to rush. Ain't no reason for me to rush.
Oh, I apologize. The Bulls are also above 500, 8-6.
She already here, Ron. I ain't got to rush, right?
2-game win streak off the back of Vooch.
I got to hurry up. So, like these other these young teams, they playing fast and they play at a frenetic pace. Again, Yo, you already got over
chill.
here.
Hey, chill. They just too quick.
Yeah,
and that's probably
dudes,
what their girlfriends will say about them. They just too quick.
Yeah, the young dudes.
You're just too quick, young fella.
Relax, yo. You already got over here. You got the
You're
ball
a 30
already.
second pumper.
You ain't got to play fast. You can play fast. One of the prime examples, Ox, is San Antonio. I'm liking how Foxy dictates the pace. Like he can go fast, but then he'll slow himself down, which slows them down in a good way. But then he'll speed it up. I love that at that pace that he plays with. So
Cho, we talked about the fastest teams and the slowest teams, but what about the teams right in the middle of pace? So there's 10 teams from 11 to 20. How many of those teams do you think are above 500?
11 to 20. I'm gonna guess.
Is it all of them?
I was gonna guess 5 of them.
9.
Oh, so
close enough.
Yeah, 9 and 11. Wow.
I was basically right.
Wow.
All right, y'all. We got to move on to the crunch time chats. You guys have watched the show. You've liked the video. I like to think. You've subscribed. I like to think. You've also become a member. I like to think. So shout out to you guys for watching the show, putting in the work, liking, all of that good stuff. And speaking of some Minutemen, there's a couple quick Minutemen in the chat. I just want to shout them out. Starting with this guy. Real talk. Definitely a Minuteman. Pirate. Absolutely a Minuteman. Billionaire. He 100%, 45 seconds max. And then last but not least, Drench Man. I would take the less on him in terms of being a Minuteman.
Drench,
so shout out to those guys.
What up, Drench? What up, Drench? Drench in the house.
Tomorrow's gonna be a hell of an episode, and you know it.
I do.
But all right, y'all. We are going to be running the PCL tomorrow. Once again, the first round at 5 p.m. Eastern. Y'all be here on time because we starting right at 5, and we got 3 rounds to get to tomorrow. And then obviously we'll see you guys next Friday for round 2. And then we'll see you guys for the finals December 5th. And then after tomorrow's game, and for all 3 of these dates, we'll be on playback watching a game afterwards too. You know, it's a nice little cherry on top. So y'all pull up to both of those. But we got super chats, so let's see what the people gotta say. All right, y'all. The first super chat that I got is from Anna Monica Studios. Anna Monica Studios said if Kristaps Porzingis or Kendrick Perkins, I think it's Kendrick Perkins.
No,
he just said if KP and Chet are at full health, KP is better, especially on offense.
You don't think that? No, he doesn't think that. He a Celtic fan. So as a Celtic fan, you know, you got to put a little bit more sauce on it, but he doesn't really believe that. He doesn't.
You don't think KP better than?
No,
I think Chet's really good, so I'm just really high on Chet.
Yeah, he doesn't think that. No.
You don't think that's a conversation?
No, I don't.
I mean, we've talked about anything up here, to be honest. So.
All right, well, chat, you guys let me know. I'm running a poll. Who better, KP or Chet? Next up, we got a super chat from Goon King Forever. Goon King Forever said, open your books, fellas. First date, keep it under $20. Happy hour or a walk in the park. If she's not at your crib after 4 dates, ghost her goofy ass. From the Goons Elations, 1738. 1738.
4 dates? That's how long it takes? 4 dates? Fuck that.
Shit, man. I'm telling you, man. Y'all better stop going to these girls' houses and stop bringing them to yours, man. Holiday Inn ain't nothing but $129. It's not
$129 for a room. God damn, I'm good, yo. No, thank you.
Yeah, back in Chill's day, that was like 50 cents.
It's dangerous out here. Chill can't be going to these girls' houses, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Now that right there, I could get with Ox.
I think that whatever it is, it should take as long as both of you feel comfortable to go that step with each other.
Fair
as long or as short.
Fair.
She invited me to the crib. I'm there with no socks on. All right. My crib. Hey, as long as I'm there, that's my crib.
Ron is the dude. I promise y'all. Ron is the dude you see running out the house with his pants and his shoes, trying to get to the car because he done got set up. Ron, you wild as hell, dude.
Hey, chill, what the hell you got to eat in here?
Ron don't even know that she got you in another man's house, eating off another man's plate. And he done came.
Hey, chill. Well, he better have some.
And please, hell no.
Hey, the next super chat we got is from My dog, a pimp named Slickback. A pimp named Slickback said 4 years ago, the Nets handed James Harden a blank check and he refused to sign it. Between him and Kyrie, they lost a ton of money.
I'm sorry, Swiper was James Harden.
Ron did not pay the bill. James Harden, I think the issue is that's not what happened. He left because Kyrie would not get vaccinated, and there was a lot of off-court drama with the whole Kyrie situation. He said, I did not want to be a part of that.
Kyrie.
And so he then left, and then so he made a choice, just like Kyrie made a choice. He left. That's not. I don't blame that he made a decision within his own best interest. And then he went to Philly, and then him and in Philly they were good, but then him and Embiid choked out the game 7, but then Harden carried the series, had a 40 ball without Embiid. Embiid had 3 straight 30-10 games, and then Harden had another 40-point game, and then they just fell apart in game 7 again. And then,
if we're gonna be honest about what Swiper said, let's take it back to the beginning. First of all, he didn't even want to come to Brooklyn. They talked him into coming to Brooklyn, right? So then he gets there, come to find out this isn't what I want. So Ron done talked me out the house. I did not want to come out the house anyway. And he got me at this whack ass party and he got me into some bullshit. Now y'all dudes getting on me going, well, see, you should have just stayed with him. What the hell? I didn't want to come out in the first place.
But
I didn't want to come out in the first place.
If you didn't want to go, you should have kept your feet on the sofa. That's on him. You give guys a lot of bail for that. You gave Monty Williams bail for that. You give a lot of dudes bail for not wanting to go in this.
$75 million. He ain't saying no to that.
So he sold his soul. All right, let's just tell the truth. Then he sold his integrity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We can call it what it is. If you don't want to do something, money shouldn't move you.
JDC sent through a super chat and said Dallas needs to trade Anthony Davis because after next year, they don't have their draft picks until 2031. They don't want to make the same mistake they made in the Kristaps Porzingis trade, and Mark Cuban has always been a liar.
Everyone lies.
Everybody.
Y'all be lying?
Everyone lies.
Fortunately, want to make sure I don't, but definitely do for sure.
I can only speak for myself. I don't participate in those heathenish ways. Anna Monica Studios.
His cousin for his spelling, by the way. Like 20 minutes ago.
Ron, when you do individual meetings with everybody with PC, you tell everybody they're doing a great job?
No, I don't.
He told me I was messing up hard.
Thank you, Pin.
You on thin ice, bro.
Thank you, Pin.
You're on thin ice, buddy. Did he say pal?
He tried to speak your language. Yeah, he tried to speak your language.
And man, you got to communicate to people how they can receive it. Anna Monica Studios.
Y'all don't want to hear how they.
No, he told me the straight truth. I'm gonna be honest. Ron on air, straight cap bullshit, right? Ron off air, very honest person. That's my read on it.
No, he isn't.
Man, I get talked to like a dog, Pen. You should see my one-on-one meetings.
Yeah, I can't believe Cheerio be doing you like that, packing you up. She don't talk to me like that in our one-on-one meetings. But anyways, Anna Monica Studios.
Ron, you don't even know where we're going half the time. Let me tell you about this dude, y'all. This dude don't even know where we going half the time. Like when we go places, he don't even know where we go.
Figuring it out. He's improvising. He's an improv comedian.
Yo, Cheerio. I will take care of him for you if you need me to.
It's so bad that when we were in Indy, and this is rule going forward, I had to take over driving for Ron. Okay, Ron, Ox would be in a passenger seat. Ron, every time Pin, we in the car. Just like that. I said we can't do this no more. Ron, hey Pin, this is how Ron drive.
Yeah.
No idea.
Just like that.
I know y'all don't believe that.
Get your ass in the back seat or walk home.
I know y'all don't believe that.
He has no idea where we going, y'all. No idea.
So when you told me about like how you hit a couple speed bumps on the highway,
he has no idea where we going.
Speed bumps on the highway.
Ron was
Hey,
complaining
Pitt,
about some speed bumps on the highway.
If they there, I'm figuring they're for use. So I'm just.
I'm sorry if I derailed this. As you were saying, Ron, you was reading super chats. I'm sorry.
Why would there be
Animatic-
speed bumps on the highway?
It wouldn't be. It would not be.
there are no speed bumps on the highway.
No, it wouldn't be. It would not.
And, hey, if it is, I'm seeing about it. Animatica Studios said, watch the Celtics, Raptors, and Timberwolves in the standings. Also, the Celtics have awesome wing depth. Watch the NFC and AFC West.
This is a multi-part thing. Yeah, just shout out to Josh Minot. He's awesome.
He was rotting away.
That's all NBA there.
Did he play? He played with the Raptors?
Yeah, he was in Minnesota.
No.
He was in Minnesota.
I was trying to Minnesota. That's
Yeah,
right.
he was
Yeah,
on
he
the
was
Wolves.
back in Minnesota.
The other North team.
The soon-to-be Eastern Conference team when they finally redistrict everything.
Memphis
Yeah,
too.
I agree. Yeah, but shout out to NFC West, AFC West, man.
All right, we got another super chat from Goon King Forever. Goon King said, Ron is Will in that Fresh Prince episode where him and Carlton were hanging out the window when that big dude came home to his girl.
Yeah, that was when they were up in the apartment, Ox. They were up in the apartment. I can't remember what shawty that was, though, from the show at the time. But, yeah, they were hanging outside. It was Carlton, and Carlton was the one messing with her, right?
Yes.
And they were out there in the
She was
draws.
older. She was the one that was a little older than Carlton.
Yeah, the older lady. They were out there on the balcony in their drawers, chill, trying not to fall.
That's wrong for real.
I ain't going out like that. You just gonna have to pack me up. Never jumping out. I am never jumping out no window. I don't give a damn if we on the first floor. I'm going out the front door.
Wait, how did they get out of that situation? Could they? Did he leave? Could they went back in?
I
They went
can't
to
remember.
commercial.
I can't remember.
I think he left. I think he just walked out because he was pissed, and then they went there.
Man, that's why you got to only talk to chicks and ramblers. One story, you all right. You jump out the window, you hit the floor running. See? Hey, y'all be wanting to date these chicks that be too classy and be out of your league, big ass houses, all of that. I don't need all of that. I don't need all that.
Oh, he fell asleep. That's right. They fell asleep underneath the bed. I can't remember. That was not Uncle Phil.
No,
That
so
was Uncle Phil.
he fell asleep. They were trying to. So it was.
Their clothes were underneath them, though, right?
The guy who came back from prison.
Yeah, that's right. He had a
So
biker jacket on.
No, he didn't. He didn't. You're thinking about somebody else.
Okay.
That's Lisa's dad. I think you might. Yeah, he was wearing some blue hoodie. I'm looking at it right now, and then they snuck out onto the balcony, and then there was some cop or some Fed out there who like helped.
Are you reading the analytics
right.
on that episode?
That's right.
I'm not reading the analytics. I'm looking at the show.
remember
Dude.
that. Yeah,
I remember this. This was season 6.
I haven't seen that episode in 15
6.
years, bro. That's crazy. What a show. What a great show, man. What a great show.
Yeah. So Football Breakdown said the unaliving prevention dude came onto the ledge. He
That was the
they
firefighter ledger, the firefighter the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Honestly,
Shout out to my
and I don't
dude
wanna get
Byron.
into this, but I think unaliving is a much more gruesome term than
It
the
100% is worse.
Oh,
It
so,
is.
so the
It's
reason I said that,
100% worse,
the reason
Ox.
I said that, Ox, is because
ridiculous.
I don't want to get this video demonetized by YouTube. And if you say that S
For what?
word,
I'm
The
fine
word.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
Pin. I'm with you, Pin.
Hey,
I'm with you,
type
Pin.
it-
I
type it in the
understand
chat.
what
What
you're
word-
saying. I'm just
what
saying.
word are we
I
talking
think it's
about?
just
No, don't type it in
in
the
the private
chat.
chat.
Just
The
leave it.
private chat. I don't
Jesus
know what you
gracious.
guys
No.
Oh man.
No, I'm
Yo,
not telling
Swap,
you,
did you
Ron.
get rid of him?
You
Did you
need
get rid of
real
him?
training,
No.
dude. No, Ron, you need
Bro,
real training, bro. Like,
All
oh my
right,
gosh,
all
bro,
right.
move on.
As soon as I big
All
Ron
right.
up and tell him that he's been doing his homework, he need to do the goofy shit like this. I swear. Yeah.
I'm really
Ron,
Chat,
next super
I'm
chat, Ron.
sincerely-
Focus, Ron. Focus, Ron. Stay with me, Ron.
It's Mr. GQ to you.
Yes, sir. Now we
Said,
talking.
why do so many people have so much faith in Kyrie carrying this Mavs team when he's never shown he can lead a team? He's always broken down physically or mentally when his team has depended on him.
I don't even remember what I didn't even hear a super chat.
I heard it, and he is right. Yeah, he is right. That is what happened.
I'm sweating bullets over here thinking about the platform and all the much work we putting in for this.
Yeah, that definitely did happen. Yes, correct.
Ron over here like I didn't know.
Yo, I sincerely don't know what you guys were talking
All right,
about.
let me show you this.
But-
Hey,
hey,
when
so-
when
so
Ron,
you
when
right
Ron,
there,
hey,
Ron,
chill.
don't-
When Ron is wrong, he do the Bill Cosby look. Me? What do you mean, me?
Oh my gosh.
Shit, him and Bill
So
Cosby
to
got a
address
lot
the
more
super
in common
chat,
than that.
I think that the Mavericks, they could use a go-to scorer, and I think Kyrie's 25 a night will help their offense tremendously, especially with a top 5 defense. You know, maybe if they had a guy that can get 30 on any given night, maybe that can just be the one thing that puts them over the top. Like last night, for instance, that game against the Knicks, if Kyrie plays, it's fair to think that they score enough points just in the fourth quarter alone to edge out that win. And also, Brandon Williams got robbed on that offensive foul.
People also
that's
grow.
a story for another.
You know, like people also grow up. Like Kyrie's been on the same team as Luka. He's been on the same team as LeBron. So how many opportunities has he really had to lead? He's been on the same team as KD and Harden. So really, what we're judging here is him not getting vaccinated and him in Boston. That's really what we're judging here. Like I think he's grown a lot as a person, and I feel like people need to get off the old shit and just take him as like what he is. He has shown me tremendous leadership many times. Because coming up in the fourth is, being a good teammate, all the stuff that he's done. Like listen to anyone who's played with him. I don't hear people complaining about playing with Kyrie. Oh, he's salty in the locker room, whatever. Cleveland, when he forced his way out of Cleveland, they were complaining about him then. But he was also like in his early 20s.
24 years old.
There we go.
And he actually apologized about that too.
For sure. That shows gross.
All right, the next super chat that I got is from H-Town T. H-Town T said, I don't care what y'all say about Ron. The MF was 1,000% right about Reed Shepherd. Salute to Ron.
He just getting better, Ron. That's you are correct about that. He is getting better. His confidence just looks like it's increasing every game. And he's one of them. He looks like one of them shooters that he's going to be a really good shooter when his game matures in this league.
Chill. When Facebook initially launched their IPO, it was like $24-$25. People bought it like $30. Shit tanked, and a lot of people panic sold. Right, a lot of people panic sold. That's how I feel about Reed Shepherd. I was right about this kid the whole damn time.
Is that what you did with Emmanuel Quickly?
That's exactly what I did with Emmanuel Quickly. I held the stock for 95. Do you realize, like, if you just miss like the top 11 days of the market, like you lost money. But if you were in those days, you made money over the last 10 years. I feel like sometimes we have the right idea. I think I had the right idea with Reed Shepherd. I came up here and told Mars, y'all gonna be fine with Reed Shepherd. He's gonna be really good. Saw him last year, he didn't look good. Saw him in summer league, he looked okay. And I just like, maybe it's just not gonna work out. And I just sold my stock on him. I regret it. He's looked great. He's looked great, and so is Quickly.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Gavin G. Gavin said, in their last 10 games, which include Paolo, the Magic were top 10 offensively and top 10 defensively. To Ox's point, they were just extremely bad to start in those first 5.
That's fair. That's fair.
Goon King Forever sent through another super chat and said, Zach Lowe said we should trade Ivy. This is the Pistons. We should trade Ivy, Ron Holland, 4 picks and 4 swaps for Lauri Markkanen. I would rather delete myself. No wonder this clown got fired.
I'm not doing that neither. No. Mm-mm.
You know who they should trade for, though? Anthony Davis. Lock yourself into the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm trying to get either or.
Tobias Harris plus 1 decent-sized contract. Guess you Anthony Davis if you throw in some picks.
Yo, you mean to tell me we get Cade? I would actually prioritize Lauri over AD. And I'm not saying Lauri's better than AD. He's just younger, and him and Cade have a longer timeline. And him as a floor stretcher next to Cade, and also next to Jalen Duren.
Yeah, they already got a block in the middle of the paint. I don't need 2 blocks down there.
He's cheap. He's cheaper too, right?
Well, I mean, not according to this.
Not really.
Probably though.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
45 million a year.
Okay.
You talking about cheaper?
I thought
you mean cheaper like price, like money, or are you talking about cheaper as in assets?
Like the way I see it is Lauri's playing really, really well. So his price, not only his contract price, but also his value around the league is very, very high. If they put him up for a trade, there's plenty of contenders that are going to be offering 3-4 first-round picks. You're going to have to overpay.
But he keeps doing this, bro, where he'll raise the price to some exorbitant level and won't make the deal. And I think that's the problem. People don't feel like that the Jazz are negotiating in good faith. I think that's kind of been the sentiment around the league at this point. About Laurie, not about everybody else, like Nall and Bando. But
They
when
were
it comes to
asking for
Laurie,
2 first-round picks for Walker Kessler 2 years ago.
I know, bro. It's just I just feel like they're not in reality. Like I think they should absolutely make a trade for him.
Speaking of not being in reality, this dude right here, W Ball Out Highlights. You ain't in reality. All we did was talk about the Celtics. What are you talking about?
For the last 3 years. That's
What are you
all
talking
we've talked about.
All we talk about is the Celtics. I've been in verbal altercations with Swiper about the Boston Celtics. That's all we do.
You called me an SOB. Oh, not an SOB. Did you call me an SOB?
Yes, I did call you an SOB. That's all we do is talk about the Celtics.
Yeah,
This is what I'm talking about.
but we didn't
This is
talk
what I'm-
about them today, so we never talk about them.
This is what I mean and I said this already. This is what I mean. If we ain't talking about your crew all the time, we ain't talking about you.
You actually should be lucky we didn't talk about you today. Look at the title of the show.
It is
The
crazy.
most disappointing teams to start the NBA season. That's a good thing.
Nuts.
All right, y'all. We got another super chat from It's Mr. GQ to you. It's Mr. GQ said, no one ever complains about playing with Russell Westbrook either. ... And was his apology genuine?
Yes, it was.
Could have swore he was clowning the Lakers the next game for having LeBron shooting their flagrant free throws.
That had nothing to do with it. And his apology was genuine because he explained why. He recognized that being a leader, this shit a lot harder than what I thought it was. So I apologize, my man, which is what he said. Because this leadership thing is a lot harder. There's a lot of work that goes into being a leader on a professional basketball team. And I just wasn't prepared for that. So I'm sorry that I was the way that I was. I was young and I was really immature. So, yes, his apology was genuine. Yes, it was. Now, however you feel about Kyrie Irving, that's a you thing. But if you can't accept that genuine apology, that's also a you thing too. But don't tell me that it wasn't genuine, because it was.
And we have another super chat from Anna Monica Studios. Anna Monica said, hey, chill, you old enough to know about Sherman Hemsley?
Yes, I am. That's George Jefferson.
Sheesh. Throw it back.
Yeah, everybody know who George Jefferson is.
We're all old enough to know about him.
Yeah, but not for real. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the 70s, brother. Like I said, I only watched Good Times because because remember that the UPN when we were young, UPN that had Fresh Prince and Cosby Show.
No, NBC had Fresh Prince in the Cosby.
Well, yeah, because when I was a kid, they came on at 3:30 and 4 right after school.
Well, those were syndicated. But when they were coming up, it was on NBC.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch Jefferson's for real. I just remember Red and all them.
But you hold on. Sherman Hemsley is not George Jefferson. Sherman Hemsley is an actor. That actor also happened to be on a show that you definitely did watch, which is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He just brought up George Jefferson.
He brought up Sherman Hemsley. He's the actor.
No. Chill brought up George Jefferson just now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, but he played. He did. But Sherman.
I know who he is. He played in Fresh Prince. He was another judge.
We're all old enough to.
No. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying I remember him on Fresh Prince because he was the lawyer with Phil. They got in a big old fight. He
was barely ever in Fresh Prince. He was in a little bit, but he was
right.
That's George Jefferson, okay?
Right.
We know him as George Jefferson.
Yeah,
but
I don't know Sherman Hemsley. All right,
but
I was not watching George Jefferson. I was watching Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven.
Well, that was later, brother. Like that was later on a different.
Shout out to Lizzie McGuire.
See how we get derailed, and plus,
even Stevens.
I got you. So, fellas, I will see you.
All right, hold on, chill. Before you get out of here, though, chill. I want to read one more super chat for you, simply because we don't talk about the Celtics enough. So, Dub Ball Out Highlights said Tatum destroyed the Sixers in Game 7. Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
Got busy in Game 6 too. In the fourth quarter, ended up pushing the game over the top.
16 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Chill. Are you missing JT right now?
I am. Yes. I definitely am.
But you got JB.
I am too. I ain't gonna lie.
You got JB.
I am too.
JB's filling the spot well.
Yeah, he is. He looks really good.
He is.
And the equivalent. I think I said this to you already, Swiper. But what I found out with Jaylen Brown is I equated to Scottie Pippen in 1994. Like I knew who Scottie Pippen was. But it wasn't until Jordan retired that I didn't know he was this good. I knew he was good, but I did not know he was that good. Watching him That handle looks like it's a little bit better. I just didn't know he was this good. He still might not be better than Jordan. He still ain't better than Jordan, but I didn't know he was this good. That's where I'm at.
Chill, I've been trying to tell you for 3 years.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that good. I didn't.
Cho, final question for you. Is the gap between Jordan and Pippen larger than the gap between Tatum and Brown?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
I think it's smaller.
Fair enough. Fellas.
All right, chill.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm about to leave soon. Let's get through these.
And you're also a Jalen Brown hater, though, so that makes sense.
That is also fair. Fair.
All right,
fair.
Goon King Forever said also a week from Stranger Things.
Now.
Also a week from now, Stranger Things finally ends after 500 years. This better not be like some Game of Thrones ending or I'm on Netflix neck 24/7.
They're still making new Stranger Things.
Stranger Things season 5 drops next week, and it's part 1 of season 5. They're extending it out, I believe, to part 2. Netflix has been doing this as of late because they don't want us to take all 8 episodes of this series we've been waiting on for a year in one time. So they'd release 4 or 5, and then the next 4 or 5 a month later. It's dumb. They did the same thing with Bridgerton. I don't know why they're doing this, but that's what they want to do apparently to make more money. They're already making money off the show, though. Like, we're not going anywhere. Like, everyone's going to watch all 3 parts.
They
said 3?
They're protecting their investment. I'm not mad at it.
But 3, but there's nothing to protect. It's been 2.
Swiper, but you know better than this because you old enough to know this is a microwave era. You guys want everything right now. Hey, if I was Netflix, I'd release 1 episode a month.
No,
that's what
no, you would not. Hold on, Ron.
And it'd be 18 episodes. Y'all
when
get 1
did
episode
season
for
4
18
of
months.
Stranger Things come out? We have been waiting since 2022 spring for season 5. Ron, you know how ridiculous it is to wait 3 years for 1 season on 8 to 10 episodes? These kids are, bruh, LL has a child now and married a Bon Jovi son. They have a child. The 2 of the actors are 30. They're high school kids.
How do y'all even remember what happened in the last couple seasons?
You gotta watch on YouTube. There's a recap, about 45-minute recap on YouTube, or you go watch all of the seasons all at once again.
See, they're making sure you guys go back and touch the inventory that they got. Hey, this is smart thinking. Keep going, Netflix. Anna Monica Studios said, I am sorry. But at their peak, Jokic is 4th or 5th in this argument. I just don't think he's better than the Admiral at basketball in 1995. You cooking, Anna Monica Studios, and that's why you have become my new favorite super chatter.
You have become my least favorite super chatter. I will say this, though. Smart Guy was a really good show.
Who?
I really like Smart Guy. TJ Henderson?
Oh, you talking about back in the day. Shout out
Even Stevens, too.
Yeah, Even Stevens. Was that Omar Epps or what was his name, bro?
Yeah,
Epps
it was.
That was Omar?
Yeah, that was your partner.
Gooding.
No, that's not Omar.
Omar Gooding. Omar Gooding.
Yeah, that's
Omar Gooding.
Partner.
And then his bro is who? Cuba, right? It's Cuba.
Yeah.
Yeah, his bro is Cuba.
Yeah. That's his big.
And then didn't he get
Cuba can't touch Omar though.
What do you mean you can't touch Omar? Cuba. Yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna.
That's a story for another day, man. That's
Wait, who didn't Omar? Who did he get in a rap beat with this year? Ron?
Cameron. Cameron.
Did he for real?
Yeah, but no, he raps though. He really
did.
raps, though.
Yeah.
He really does.
I mean, I would figure he does if he got in a rap beef with him.
What's Omar's favorite? Your favorite role? Baby boy?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, he was cold in that movie, bro. Oh, you hard? Hey, what do you say? Oh, you hard?
I just couldn't.
You hard?
Say it again.
Put your chin up.
You got hard.
Actually,
You got hard?
take your hat off and say it, Shite.
You got hard? You got hard? Put your chin up.
Hey, you know what? Next year for Halloween, you go play Omar. We gonna have Jordan cut his hair. He gonna play Tyrese. I think y'all could really make that happen.
You know who you can play next year?
I can't.
All you got to do is not bathe for a little bit. Don't put no lotion on. Take your hoodie off. You can be Pookie. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. That's you, Chris Rock and Pookie next year.
But I love Baby Boy as a movie, right? But I ain't gonna lie, I just couldn't buy the Omar role. It was like Snowfall. Like I just couldn't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what?
Well, you know I'm not a big fan of Snowfall.
I did not know this.
Either way,
wow.
It's big deal. I couldn't buy the role. You know what I'm saying? It was like I love the movie though.
You couldn't buy the lead actor in the role.
In Snowfall, I couldn't buy Franklin Saint. That was weak.
What?
But come on, bro. Like we talking about LA in the 80s. That nigga, he would Swipey, he would have never made it past episode 4. It's LA in the 80s, but that shit was corny. But anyway,
it's based off a true story.
Based off a true story, so you know what that means. This shit is fake. But it don't matter. It don't matter. Don't worry about it.
All right,
I built this brick by brick, and you gonna tell me you gonna let it down? Put it away like the way nothing. Nigga, talk. Huh? Talk about it.
No, it's actually you, huh? All right, either way it goes, we got to get up out of here. Be True 23 said Tyler targeting Monday's return. Bam is back. Can't wait to see this team at full strength. Tyler Hero on the way back Monday.
Shout out.
He's back earlier than expected, but I think someone said 4 to 8 weeks he's supposed to miss, so he's closer to 4 weeks right now than 8 weeks. So shout outs to him.
Shout out Tyler. We'll keep a close eye on that. Pip named Slickback said the Nets defense has been 17th the last 5 games. As soon as that ball hawk Cam comes back, it'll be back to 31. 31 is crazy.
31 is crazy.
Hey, man, shout out to him. The next super chat I got is from Jalen Towns. Jalen said, who's the top shooting guard so far? Ant, Booker, Mitchell, someone else? I got to know. Who y'all got?
Nobody. Booker. Yeah, probably Booker. Or Ant. I'm sorry, Ant.
I got Book.
Ant or Book.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard because they're all having such like weird seasons. They're all on winning teams, and yet I could argue. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Booker, but I don't feel good about it.
I'm actually gonna run this poll right now.
I got Zach LaVine. Put him on the poll run.
Get out
Who's
the chat.
The best
you about to make
shooting
me
guard
mad
right now?
For telling the truth, Swiper.
Can I just pick Cade?
He asked me a question.
His father sold him out too.
I know he's a point guard, but
can I
just pick?
Did you? So you watched the whole show?
Y'all watched it,
bro? Would you have done that if you were his mom?
Fuck no. You getting that money,
bro? I was living. I turned it off, ran out my house. Couldn't believe what I saw. My gosh. Boom.
All right. The next super chat is from DSG Piccolo. My dog Piccolo said, forgot to say Klingon FC, we up. Coming for that best rebounder crown, especially on offense. 10 of them things.
Sexy chocolate.
It should have been 10 of them yangs, but
can't keep a bitch. Man.
All right. Pip named Slickback said the Pacers should be doing amazing. I was told Hallie was just a product of the system. Why are they struggling without the so-called most overrated player? Anybody? Nothing?
Because they're tanking. And they've been unhealthy. And Aaron Nesmith's really good.
All right. Hey, there you go, Pip named Slickback. I was wondering the same, but
Ben Mathurin, aren't you a big Benny the Bucket guy? You've missed the entire window to run your Benny the Bucket is better than you think narratives. He's been like arguably their best player when he's played.
This is ridiculous. Okay, it's obvious. Like, yeah, he could be a part of the system. Him playing great, being a part of the system, but you still need him to run the system. I don't think.
Well, how do you explain what TJ McConnell's doing right now? He's not playing well.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, Austin, I don't want to go at you because we're at 3 hours and 20 minutes.
I'll start this show, by the way, off rip. I would like to do this with Penn. I don't even need help if we need to do the show. I would absolutely body a movies and music show. Body and a film, TV, body.
Ox ain't invited. Is swiping with Penn?
No, Ox could do it too. But if Ox come, it's gonna be Swiper, Ox, and Penn. Not chill, not Swiper with Swiper on Swiper. Like it's gonna make sure everybody gonna be covered.
Swiper with Swiper on Swiper.
Well, yeah, because you're not chill, so you wouldn't get the.
What you mean not chill? Bro, I'm better. I tell you what, right now, I could retire from basketball, football talks today and be better in film than I am doing any of that stuff today.
Do you work in film?
I mean, I've done a little dabble producing, but nothing like nothing like what you do. Nothing like what you do, though. I wish.
So someone who does work in film is a buddy from Chicago. Bulls Talk.
Hayes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hayes works in film.
No wonder y'all didn't get along for a little bit, man. Yeah, shout out,
well,
man.
the minute
Hayes.
I found that out, I was like, W. Hayes, man.
And then you found out I was Nigerian, and then you calmed down. Like, look at you, man. You find associations with people, man. 6 degrees of separation. Remember that? Hey, whoa. Do this last one right now. That's a good question.
Swipe, the word that comes to mind every time I talk to you is 90 seconds. That's what comes to mind.
Never too much, never too much, never too much, never too. Is that the best debut? Ox?
I don't.
This
I wasn't.
This song is so hard.
This song is hard, but it's like I don't.
For the 80s?
It was so long. It was so long ago. Like
I mean, 50 had Wanksta, but In the Club was really his debut. So if we're counting not your first release, but like your first real big hit single, then it's 50. It could be 50, but Never Too Much is up there, bro. No, only the window shopper. Ron is a window shopper. He ain't got no money. He be selling them things. Hey, he's a window shopper.
I smell super chats. I smelled them in the air.
Ron got long streaks in his drawers.
I can smell
chats. Is that shoe drop?
I can feel it in the air. I can feel the
Is
super
that
chats
you,
in the air.
Ron?
We got 9 super chats. I can feel it in the air.
for sure, I got you, Pin. I don't know what's wrong. The whole left side of this panel right now is just immature.
I'm gonna start calling Ron long streaks, dirty streaks, dirty draws. Hey Ron, when I see you next time in person, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not even gonna say your name. I'm just gonna do this.
I'm speaking as your captain. Harness this energy and this pain
that
for
you,
the
Ron?
PCL tomorrow.
Don't worry. Hey, that's funny, huh? Because we're playing Swiper, huh?
Yeah, we are.
Got it.
So you
Got it.
harness this, bottle it, and if you need a little bit of motivation, just think about this moment. Think about this moment. Okay?
Remember this for tomorrow. Remember that.
I'll do that.
Pip named Slickback said, Pin, I know you were bigging up Igor Dimin before the draft a bit. Are you surprised with how Igor is shooting so well? 38% on 3 of 5 attempts. Pin, how you feel about Igor?
I was bigging up Igor Demon. What? No, I wasn't. No, I was firmly telling y'all that he was going to struggle, and I'm not off that. Now, I think he's better than people think he was, putting him 28th in the draft. But I certainly did not entertain any talks about him versus Coop or him versus Dylan that people were having earlier in the season. So I think I was sufficiently high. I wouldn't have picked him 8th. Just to be clear, I would not have picked him 8th. I think he should have gone 13th, 14th in this draft. I think there's a lot of players that should have been above him. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised he's shooting well. He put in a lot of work last year. He put in a lot of work this year. He just can't beat his man right now. I think ultimately he's going to settle into he's probably going to settle into being a small forward at some point. I don't think he's a point guard. That's my view.
He'll be all right. He just got to get a little
How many more
stronger.
super chats we got, by the way?
Couple more seasons. We got 8. So you know what that means? Shut your yapper.
Yeah, you're yapping about stuff. Go ahead.
Goon King Forever said, what do y'all think about us trading Tobias Harris, filler, and like 1 pick for MPJ? I think it would be a lower risk move for where we are at. I'm not mad at this.
No.
MPJ on the
team how it is.
On the Pistons?
MPJ on the Pistons? I'm not mad at that.
Then kind of makes the Tyler Hero
not to play the 4.
a little bit redundant. And Tobias was a really good defender last year too. I don't think I've seen MPJ be a great defender for a few years now. I've never seen him be a great defender, a good defender.
As far as I'm concerned with the Pistons, it should be Laurie or nothing.
All right, I got another super chat from Anna Monica Studios. Anna Monica said, why does JB not have an argument for the top shooting guard this year? And he is right. He should be on that poll.
Because y'all are haters. That's why. Y'all are haters. Because y'all are haters. That's why. Simple and plain. Nothing more, nothing less.
He should actually be on that poll. He hasn't played that much worse than any of those guys. I'm with you.
I don't know if he has played
just straight Jaylen Brown haters. I've been on JB. I've had your back since the beginning, even when these dudes, these clowns, were up here hating on you.
All right, the next super chat is from Pimp named Slickback. Pimp said, yeah, Swiper not lying. Them kids were like 5 years old. The little black girl, Erica, who was like 8 in season 3, is in college now. This ish crazy. Talking about Stranger Things.
It's like
can't they just write that into the movie, into the shows? Swiper, like, what's the big deal?
No, because they're supposed to it's supposed to be within the same timeline. That's what's so dumb. They ended season 4 with the entirety of the city going into the Upside Down. So we're gonna walk back into the scene. They're in the Upside Down, and Elle is training to defeat the main monster in the Upside Down. So that means we're within a year of that season, that time. So they're gonna come out here with mustaches.
Did y'all ever think that maybe they've been filming this whole time?
Yeah, no. I mean,
that's possible, right?
No, they definitely been filming for a little bit, bro. But whatever. Well, I'll enjoy it when I see it. I'm really not that big on. I'm not gonna be hard on it. I'll enjoy it
now you can't put work into your product now. Everybody just wants some cheap Tubi shit now.
No, that's not. Invincible has a real argument for why they take, because it's animation. They actually draw everything. This is not that.
Anna Monica Studios with another super chat. Anna Monica said, was Michael Jackson in his prime the biggest music star we've ever seen?
Probably.
Man, you know how I feel about this, Ron, so I ain't even going.
I don't know how you feel, but you goddamn right, Anna Monica. And hey, nobody touches.
We just talked about this on Sunday when I told y'all, yeah, Mike was cool, but we know Kels clears. So
who?
Come on.
I forgot.
Who?
Be for real about this.
Right, who? Be for real. Come on.
Who did he say? Kels? Who's Kels? Who did you say Kels?
I don't know who Kels is now. Come on, man.
Yo,
Kelly?
The best musician there ever was.
R. Kelly?
R. Kelly, yes. R. Kelly. Clear.
Bro, he's not even top 40. What are you talking about?
Not top 40. Are you out of your, are you out of your brain?
Including rock and country? Get out of here, dude. Shush. Boo! Boo!
That's because you so commercial. Y'all so commercial, man. God damn, I'm tired of you commercial niggas, man. R. Kelly is the best artist there has ever breathed.
He's not even past 80 AC/DC in them, and Blink 182, let alone Mike Jack.
Blink 182?
Yeah, Blink 182 in the 2000s. That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about. That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about. There are several rock band and artists that are bigger than R. Kelly. Several.
Bigger. See, you're commercial. I said best. I didn't say big.
What was the super chat? What was the super chat?
Rob, what was the super chat? I understand what the super chat was.
So I'm answering the question based on the super chat then.
Yes, and I'm not talking about what you said. I'm saying that yes, R. Kelly, Mike might have been the biggest for you commercial dudes, but who was the best artist that ever lived?
You know what? Matter of fact, Rod, let me tell you how popular R. Kelly is. His most popular song ain't even a song he did. It's one that Dave Chappelle did. Drip, drip, drip.
You'll never feel the same once you get a whiff of my Hershey's.
Y'all talking about that's the thing, man. Y'all only know numbers.
Hey, this whole time,
and stuff like that.
R. Kelly did a 13-part series of one song. It was great. It was good, but he needed 13 pieces of the same song. And he still ain't in the best.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's the only thing you know about R. Kelly because you commercial.
You know what? His best song, matter of fact, Ron, his best song was written by Aaliyah. How did it go? Age ain't nothing but a number. By Aaliyah out of nowhere.
The thing is, R. Kelly wrote songs for Michael Jackson. How many songs Michael Jackson wrote for R. Kelly?
And his best song was written by another person. R. Kelly was a great writer. I'm not.
That's not. Hold on, Swipe, because that's not his best song. That's just
what's his best song. What's his best song?
That's the only song that you know.
What's his best song? Ignition.
I'm gonna answer the question. Stop flapping your gums. You are so radio, so commercial that you don't even know about R. Kelly like that. This dude,
I listen to more R. Kelly than you have.
He had to turn into a whole white girl just so he could be. You know what? I ain't even. You know what? Let me chill.
Who? Wait. What was R. Kelly's biggest song to you? Ignition? Which one was it? I'm asking.
No, definitely not Ignition. No, definitely not.
So name the song.
Don't worry about it, Swiper, because you never heard it. You never.
Wait.
Hey,
Be real with me. After Peak, was he better or bigger than Usher?
Nope.
Why are you disrespecting R. Kelly right now, Usher?
All right. Now's when I gotta step in because Usher will get no slander. Hey, and by the way,
Ron, R. Kelly ain't got one album touching 8701, and I put that on law. Ain't got one album. Not one album.
TP2?
He ain't got one album. He ain't got one album touching 8701, and that's on law.
Did you ever listen to TP2?
Yes, and 8701 on law.
He barely touching my way. We gonna leave confessions up out of this. Hey, but all I want to say, all I gotta say is to the little boys in the chat, keep Chris Brown out of this shit. And Chris Brown could never tie Usher's shoes. Just know that. But we gotta move on though.
But R. Kelly clears all them niggas and that white lady.
Wait, is R. Kelly bigger than Adele?
I wasn't even talking about Adele. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Adele. I was talking about the other white lady.
Nims Knows Ball said, "Pin, you check out Bucky Oboye from Santa Clara yet? Bucky Oboye?
Yeah, he's been there for a few years.
Yo, Drench, stay out. Don't even comment on this.
He reminds me of like Lauren Woods. Like he's insane per minute. Production is insane. 7'1", can shoot a little bit, fluid, like insane point production. I don't know if he's an NBA player at all.
All right,
yeah, I'm sure you did listen to Trapped in the Closet the other day, Drench. Just like how Ron had you sweating, hot and sweating, and trapped in the closet. Next super chat.
Nims Knows Ball said, "Swiper, stop quote tweeting steals from my GOAT, Cason Wallace. You trying to be nasty."
I just think it was a foul. Like very clearly, he made contact with both arms on Eubanks. Like that's a foul.
Did they call it?
No.
Then it wasn't a foul, I guess. There you go.
You'll never feel the same. I'm finna listen to R. Kelly right after this.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, wait. Drip, drip, drip. Pee, pee, pee. Do, do, do.
Rod said, Kobe is clearly the best player on the Bulls. Kobe White. Y'all agree?
Clearly not.
No, I don't. I think Josh Giddey's the best player on the Bulls.
I agree.
Shout out to the Giddler, man. Shout out to the Giddler.
Shout out to the Diddler R. Kelly. Next.
Shout out.
Also,
shout out to the best artist that ever lived. You're right.
Also, shout out to all of our Hall of Famers. That's starting with Multi Kenny. He was up here on the episode yesterday cooking. See, when you're a Hall of Famer, you get perks like that. So shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Teddy Hart. What's up?
Lie to me one more time, Ox. Is he bigger than Bad Bunny? Is right now? Was he ever bigger than Bad Bunny is right now? you can't admit it?
Are you serious? That's what I'm saying. You just commercial. Nobody listening to no damn
commercial. Bad Bunny ain't commercial. What are you talking about? That's not commercial.
Just numbers and shit. Ain't nobody listening to that shit, man.
Nobody. So the most streamed artist in the world this year. Nobody's listening.
Once again, that's what I'm saying.
I'm asking him, is he bigger? I said, was he bigger?
Your question. Don't ask me a question and start flapping your gums. You only went to go watch him because he's the most streamed artist. You don't know what the hell you talking about.
He's having a great year. He's having a great year.
A great year because of numbers. That's all it is, Pin. That's all it is, Pin. Swipe is a popularity merchant. He loves that shit.
His last two albums have been phenomenal.
Pin, that's it.
This year, undeniably, he's been the biggest artist in the world. No.
Swiper is a clout merchant.
Was he?
Just commercialized.
So the first argument was about Mike Jack. Is he the biggest or most special artist? Whatever.
I'm talking about the best. I'm talking about the best.
What was the exact super chat? What was the exact super chat? Do you remember?
I don't care about the views. If you don't, it's okay. I'm talking about the best. I'm not talking about the most.
I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah,
he's not bigger or better than Mike Jack. He's not better than Michael Jackson either. You yapping.
That's all you know.
He's not better than Michael Jackson either. You just yapping.
That's all you know.
That's not. You can't see saying all you know. You disagree. Well, clean your ears out. I don't know what to tell you. Literally clean your ears out.
You keep listening to that. You keep listening to that. That's fine.
I know we don't want to stay here any longer, but I really do think like one part of what I enjoyed about my childhood is that when I asked 14 different people who their favorite artist was, I typically got like 13 different answers. Today, when I ask someone like, "Who's your favorite artist?" I get like 2 answers. And I genuinely hate that shit personally. So
who the answer?
Because Swiper want to be like these Gen Z kids. He wants to be with the.
Wait. How am I a merchant when Drake's not my favorite artist? How am I a merchant for that? How am I a merchant for that?
Because what? But you jumped on that Kendrick Lamar clout train just like everybody
Kendrick's
else.
Kendrick's been out since 2009. What are you talking about?
But he wasn't shit until he dissed Drake.
2011, he wasn't already on top. 2015, so to Pimp a Butterfly in 2015, he wasn't already there. 2017, when Damn came out, he wasn't already there. That's how I know you lying. Ox, when you talk to me, you just be yapping. I remember all of this stuff off top of my head.
I don't listen to none of that shit. I don't care.
That's your problem. You just be talking. That's cool.
I don't like letting the commercial niggas.
Keep listening to your Saucy Santana. Keep listening to Saucy Santana, whatever you listen to.
I don't even know who that is.
Swiper, you can say what you want about consensus. All I know is the people who actually changed this world over the last 400 years, none of them have been consensus thinkers. Or most have not been consensus thinkers. They're all out of the box thinkers. Yes, thinkers.
Like you're talking about the artist? Or are you talking about?
I'm talking about artists. I'm talking about inventors, politicians. Basically, any person who has changed the world over the last 400 years has gone against the grain. So
this what I'm saying, Josh. I could never take a nigga serious that listen to Bad Bunny.
For listening to
no. I could never take you serious if you listen to Bad Bunny.
We're gonna get into something else. Because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You got on a plane to go see Bad Bunny. I could never take you serious.
I think this would be a great episode, Ron. I think what we should do, set up a separate stream to do just music, and I would absolutely. I'm talking about charcoal. This dude, I'm talking charcoal, blacken, grill, whatever it is you need, full cooked inside out, tenderized, everything. I'm talking about well done, burnt, crisp, toast. Well done.
Jalen King in the chat. That's exactly what I'm saying. I thought that was just for the hoes. This nigga Swipe at the concert shaking his hips, listening to Bad Bunny. I didn't know.
To be fair,
I didn't know. I thought that was just for the bros.
I'm gonna be at one of them Bad Bunny concerts.
But Swiper wasn't there for that. Ron Swiper was up there like, oh.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's video of that I was dancing with ladies because that's what you do when you have Spanish music in the house. You know what the difference is when you get posted up. I've seen you. You get posted up against the wall, talking about something. Hey everybody, I'm 6'8".
Nigga, you are at a hip hop club.
Hey everybody, I'm 6'8".
You are at a hip hop club in the middle of a hip hop club, salsa dancing to Kendrick Lamar.
Hey everybody, I'm 6'8". I'm 6'8". Come talk to me.
Kendrick Lamar's playing. You salsa dancing in the middle of the club.
That's Ox's whole bad. I'm 6'8". Come talk to me. Hey, ladies.
Hey, man. That shit been working for about 20 years.
That's a fact. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a fact.
Being 6'8" been working for me for 20 years.
All right, y'all. I'm back to shouting out the Hall of Famers. Once again, I want to shout out Multi Kenny. He came up here and cooked yesterday all day on the panel. If you are a Hall of Famer, you get direct access to the panel, and that's why you're a Hall of Famer. Worldwide Mace Television. Hold on, right quick, Swiper. Worldwide Mace Television is a Hall of Famer. Shout out to him. Cheese, the membership MVP, is a Hall of Famer. Shout out to Bulletproof. Amir, he's a Hall of Famer. Shout out to my man, Villionaire. He's a Hall of Famer. Small Boxes, Hall of Famer. Drago NBA. Shout out to Drago. Brett Bovia, Teddy Hart, Daleski, who is going to be catching this work here very soon. He might bust Ox's ass, but he don't want this work. Rob Deere, Kingster, and we have a new Hall of Famer by the name of Daddy Pig. Shout out to Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig joined up as a Hall of Famer. Appreciate you, my man. Welcome to
Hey,
the
yeah,
family.
I'm about to play Delsky, but I also got another one lined up. I'm lining up some ones with the other dude. I can't remember his name, yo. I know y'all know who he is. Hold on, let me pull up his page real quick. I need to chat.
After you give you that work, you ain't gonna be able to forget it. But while you pulling that up, though, we got a new member by the name of Chunky Jake. Run him down every 2 weeks. Shout out to Chunky Jake, and shout out to him running everybody down every 2 weeks.
Hey, yo, hey, chat. Damn, it's too bright, huh? Turn my brightness down or something.
If you hold it up to the screen, your camera will adjust.
It'll adjust. Okay. This the dude that they said got into the little fight at Venice Beach or something. The big white boy. Chat, help me out.
Hold it to the camera, fool. We can't see it.
I'm trying to.
There you go. Camera adjusted.
Yo, chat, who is that? What's his name?
Crash White.
So
I
that's who you about to play?
Chris White.
Chris White. Okay, yeah. I mean, we was talking on TikTok yesterday and the day before. We was messaging. I'm trying to line it up. I seen him on the video playing against the one cat, this Julian. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see about it.
Okay, Chris White. They said he a hooper. I'm gonna have him out there salsa dancing like Swiper, moving them hips, boy.
Hey, Ox. One day I'm gonna get that tall surgery. I'm gonna get 7 inches put on my shins. Just post up against the wall.
Is that?
Can I get another 7 inches, please?
Wait a second. Are you getting that with your hair transplant in?
Bro, I'm finna be tall with Fabio hair. I'm talking Ox tall.
With Fabio hair.
Yep. I'm gonna get white man hair too. Long.
So wait, chat. Y'all saying I'm not? Y'all saying what? Am I gonna beat him or no? He talk. How I'm gonna be flustered from trash talk? That's what I do. That's what I do best.
Okay. All right, we got a few more super chats. Captown Hoops says, shout out to the real goofs in the chat. And shout out to OKC. L chat, but dub goofs though, but L chat for sure. We got another member. Box score watching Wayne became a member. Shout out to Wayne. Appreciate you for joining up. Be True 2310 said Sanford and Sons clears.
Good show.
Was Sanford and Son clear?
It's a good show. I don't know if it's
hell yeah. Sanford and Son clears the Jeffersons. I think so.
I didn't watch either.
Him named Slickback. We had PC music once upon a time. PC movies, no, but you just never know what the future holds. You never know what lies ahead.
The music
will be dope. Say it one time for me like you do at the club. Hey, y'all. I'm 6'8".
Sorry, but what were you
no,
doing?
But for real. That's why, because with women, I say I'm 6'9". I don't say I'm 6'8". I go a little taller.
That 1 inch matters. And Ron be lying to people, but Ron lies to men about his height for some reason. I'm 6'4".
Yo, what the fuck?
Why do you need to lie to men about your height?
I'm finna get up out of here. Yo.
We about an hour over, Ron. We might as well keep going. Till chill with chill.
It's Mr. GQ to you said they be ducking when it's time. Swipe up, bang on them. Hashtag 5280.
Yeah, man. Shout out.
Swiper, after your hair surgery, you're gonna look just like that.
Yep, that's a fact, bro. I'm gonna look like. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. On top of that, Mr. GQ, I'm in the lab. I've been on my boxing, man. We gonna spar one day. I got 100 on me. Y'all ain't never seen Mr. GQ. He got hands for real. I seen him in action.
Hey y'all, when you get around Ron in real life,
he'll put them things on you. Y'all better be careful.
Ron got this face when he lie. He go like this. He's like, I'm 6'4". Feel me? Chest up, chin up. I'm 6'4". Just let you know. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. Boo boo boo. You know what I mean? What's up,
you're
shawty?
5'11".
I am not. Again, verified. I am not. I ain't gotta lie. I don't have to lie about my height. Ron, there's pictures of us standing right next to each other. You mean that means you 6'1". That means you 6'1". That means you 6'1".
Swiper, check
Swiper, you had braids in middle school, Swiper? You had braids in middle school?
Sure did. Absolutely. I got pictures too.
Hell yeah,
Hey, Swiper,
yeah.
between me and you, you're a little nigga.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Right? You are a
little ass nigga.
Now look, I ain't gonna go as far as call you pudgy. I think I was out of pocket for that.
Hey, Ron. Now let me ask you this, Butterball. Let me ask you this. Between me and you, which one of us is the one that get hemmed against the wall by other men?
I don't be wrestling other men, so I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You let them wrestle you. Chill literally picked you up by your feet, and your feet were dangling like this.
That's different though. Chill got Wilt Chamberlain strength, so like that's different, yo. But all right, y'all. It has been real as always. It has been a great episode as always. Y'all got the power rankings. Y'all got the most disappointing teams. Y'all got a crazy overtime session. Like, what more can we do for y'all? We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. You guys already know the drill. Download Splash Sports. Click the link in the bio or scan this QR code I'm about to throw on the screen. Pick more or less on your favorite players. Do all that good stuff and go win you some money.
Ron, don't forget R. Kelly clears that white lady.
We out. Hey, what was that word?